Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. Hope you guys are having a great Friday evening. Mid-evening for us West Coasters. A little late for you guys on the East Coast. And gosh, if you're in the UK and you're watching this, it is extremely late/early where you are. But thank you guys so much for jumping on in, hanging out with me on a Friday night. I know I usually don't go live on Fridays or Saturdays. I thought with this one, though, doing a live tier maker ranking of a shitload of horror franchises, we have like 63 to go through, guys. I thought it would be fun, especially since you guys are going to get a vote. So instead of me just doing a tier maker ranking and you guys trying to influence which way I go on these franchises and all that kind of stuff, you're actually going to have the ultimate say. Really excited. I saw Killjoy Jake do this a few weeks ago. I know he's been doing them, you know, kind of regularly since then. I think Darren Sands over at Slaughtered Lamb and Mr. Sandsman, I think he's done one or two of these. So I wanted to sort of set this one up. So this one's been set up for a little bit. And if we have a lot of fun and you guys are digging what we're doing, then what we can do is we can kind of break this down into, gosh, we could do horror villains. We could do each franchise. We could have a lot of fun. We could even work it into, like, if we're only doing a franchise, we could work that into another stream, like a late night with the Davey or something like that. So this stream is just going to solely be focused on that. I'm not going to do any commercials for the Discord or the merch shop. You guys know all about that. Links are in the description below, so you can check those out of your own volition. How about that? I do have a super chat goal set for a public watch party over on Discord, which was really damn fun when we watched Evil Dead 2013 just the other night. So if you want to make that happen, then that's simple as that. But of course, super chats aren't required. I'm just pumped that you guys are here hanging out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Share the channel. That's the best thing you could do, and it's free. So if you dig what we do here, go ahead and let a friend know. That would be awesome. We're at 1725 on the subscriber count. I'm trying to reach 2,000 before Halloween. I don't know if we'll get there, but we'll see. We'll do everything we can. How about that? And if you're watching after the fact, thank you so much for jumping in, checking out the replay. I'm sorry that you can't vote, but you know what you could do? You could jump into the comments. You can let me know. I mean, you don't have to do all 63 franchises. Maybe there's just some that you're like, what the heck? How did that not make the Mount Rushmore category or whatever. You'll see the categories that we have once I share the site. But I want to say what's up to everybody hanging out here in the chat. Oh, yeah. And let me know in the poll. And of course, I understand that maybe we won't know until we're kind of, you know, halfway through this or we're really getting going on it. But if you want to do more of these tier maker rankings, I just would like to get an idea of what you guys are thinking. So we have 21 votes and 86% of people are in the hell yeah category. There's also I don't like tier rankings, which I understand. And then there's 14% that are saying, let's see how this one goes, which is fair, totally fair. So yeah, maybe as that goes on, we will just, you know, maybe I can bring some of you guys on over. Maybe you guys will be really pumped on this. And just so you know, the link is in the chat. It's pinned there in the chat. So, you know, you can jump on in. It looks like we've got 3 people that are ready to go. So, gosh, if you guys want to have a say, remember, if you tell me in the chat, it's not going to mean anything. Okay? Now, I know some of you guys, maybe you can't, like I saw King Matthew III is working, so he's not able to pull up the site or anything. So, that's fair. You can let me know in the chat. It's not going to mean you get a vote or anything like that. But guys, if you want to have a say, then click that link that's pinned in the chat, and that'll get you on over to the site where you can vote for these horror franchises. But let's go ahead and say what's up to everybody. How about that? We have 21 people hanging out with us right now. That is amazing. You guys are awesome. I know Fridays are very busy. Usually I just let the big dogs have the weekend because, let's be honest, I can't compete. And I don't want to pull you guys away from the big dogs. Never would want to do that. So we got Lamontre Gillard in the house. What's happening, Lamontre? We got Tara Brewer. How you doing, Tara? Chester Franklin Jr., Adrian James. What's happening? We got Erica, one of our great channel members and Death Squad mods, and the sole moderator over on the Davey Deathray Discord. She's the architect of the Davey Deathray Discord. How about that? I'll give her that title. King Matthew III, the aforementioned King Matthew III is hanging out. Who else do we have here? We've got this guy named Davey Deathray. We've got Ashton Luck in the chat. What's happening, Ashton? So good to see ya. Antonis Andriotis. Unfortunately, back in the USA. How dare you, Antonis? The USA is great. Don't talk bad about the whole country just because you live in California. Okay, who else do we have here? We've got Trisha McMasters, Patreon member, channel member, Death Squad mod. The trifecta. She's a triple threat, everyone. Look out for Trisha out there. We got Brett, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Brett? So good to see ya. We have got Dean Renner, another triple threat. Patreon member, channel member, Death Squad mod. Oh my gosh, round 2 of his work double. Best of luck to you, Dean. Hope it goes well. And, at the very least, I just hope it's lucrative, even if it's hellish. Even if it's a hellacious double shift. What's happening, Paula? So good to see ya. Welcome on in. Who else do we have here? We've got Gory Tiger. Gory Tiger! You can see his stripes, so you know he's clean. Illuminated Pro is in the chat. What's happening, Illuminated? How are you doing? So great to see you as well. We got Brad Underwood. Close one last night, huh, Brad? Not much scoring in the second half of that game. The Cowboys looked better than I had anticipated. I will say that. They were, mostly firing on all cylinders. We got Tyler Adams, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Tyler? Hope you are doing very, very well, sir. Let's see, who else do we have jumping on in here now that we are really rolling? Blu-ray Addict, how are you doing, Blu-ray? So good to see you. We got Jason from Backtrack Cinema. Says, tier rankings are the best. You're the best, Jason. You're the best. How about that? All right, we're all caught up. Okay, cool. All caught up. That's great. Again, thank you so much for joining me on this Friday evening. Extra shout out to all the Patreon members, all the YouTube channel members, our amazing group of Death Squad mods as well. Oh, gosh, we have 63 of these to get through. So what do you say we get rolling, guys? What do you think about that, huh? Just jumping right into it. Boom. There we are. Okay. So we have 15 of you ready. That's amazing. I love that. So guys, we're going to have 30 seconds for you to vote on each one of these. Now, some of these franchises you might have to help me out with because not all of them have the franchise name. Some of them are pretty obvious. Like I don't need help with every single one that we've got here. And yes, guys, there are going to be some franchises missing. So what I didn't know about this, when you do a live ranking, that has to be a template that's already built. So I just searched horror franchise rankings. I found the one that had like the biggest mix that I could find. Had I known this in advance, I would have set one up prior, but I jumped in about an hour before and was like, oh crap, I don't have time to like make my own template because they require that you plug in an actual tier maker URL into the maker when you're building the live event or whatever. So now that I know that, I'll make sure that going forward, when we do horror villains or we do a franchise, I'll probably just build my own if I can't find a good template ahead of time. And you know what, guys? Knowing is half the battle. How about that? Okay, so let's go ahead and kick this thing off. The first one, thank you for sharing that. There you go. It is also pinned in the chat, so if anyone forgets, but Erica, please feel free to periodically drop that one in here, especially if you see people asking or new people jumping on in. 30 seconds for each franchise, Paula. So I think that's plenty of time. Most people, most people know right away what they're going to rank a franchise. So the very first one that we've got, guys, this is a franchise. Some of them I'm not going to be super familiar with. So we really are leaning on you. I will probably vote on the ones that I know really well. But like on this one, we've got The Hills Have Eyes. I haven't seen any of The Hills Have Eyes movies. Not yet. That's on my list for spooky season this year. And guys, I've already knocked off like maybe 7 movies I've never seen before this spooky season. So doing all right. We're doing all right here, Davey Deathray. Usually I'm such a creature of habit. I just rewatch the same movies over and over again. Like I've got something wrong with me. Although maybe I don't. Maybe that's just the way a lot of us are. I don't know. But here we go, guys. Erica says she's not going to vote on the ones she hasn't seen. Fair enough. Some of these I've maybe, like the Hellraiser, I've seen like, a few of the movies. So I'll at least rank on what I've seen. And I haven't heard many good things about a lot of the movies I haven't seen. So, okay, we have 19 people ready. That is amazing. Hopefully all those 19 people have voted in the poll. Hopefully they've all hit the like button. Let's go ahead and get this one rolling here. So I'm going to push play, and then you've got 30 seconds to vote, guys. So Hills Have Eyes, and the timer has been set. And yeah, I didn't even go over the categories. Okay, so Mount Rushmore worthy, damn near top tier, pretty good, passable at best, and bottom of the barrel. How about that? So, all right, we can see, we'll do a live watch on the voting. Look, I love seeing the votes come in. Oh my gosh, it's like damn near top tier is the way you guys are rolling with this one. Very, very interesting. Oh my gosh. And then it already moved to the next one. So I guess, okay, I'm learning as we go, guys. So I'll just pause once we get to a new one. So all right, there we go. We had, with the, it doesn't tell me how many votes. 11 votes for The Hills Have Eyes, and you guys put it in damn near top tier. How about that? How about that? Next up, From Dusk Till Dawn. Here we go. This is exciting. I'm going to, you know, as a franchise, there, I put in my vote. Because really, I only really love the first movie in this franchise, you know? So let's see how this all goes. I'm going to make sure to pause at the end of this one here. Probably pause with like 1 second left. Okay. So, oh my gosh, you guys are lovers. You guys aren't haters. Okay, holy cow. Next up, this is just going to cruise. I didn't know that it went this quick, guys. 30 seconds is very, very quick. All right. Excellent. So we got Blade coming up. Is Blade really a horror franchise? I mean, it kind of is. Okay, go ahead and vote on Blade. I've seen the first two, so I will vote on this one. Yeah, some of these are just going to be middle of the road for me on the pretty good. But you guys are going to end up putting every franchise in damn near top tier. Ooh, one person says Mount Rushmore worthy. All right. Passable at best gets a 40%. Which way is that going to go? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's find out. Okay. And next, oh my gosh, every single one damn near top tier. You guys. And I'm going to try to every now and then. How about we'll do this, guys? Like every 5, I'll jump into the chat and see what you guys are saying. How about that? I don't want to like pause it after every single one, but here we go. Wolf Creek. I haven't seen any of these Wolf Creek movies, so I'm going to stay out of it, and I'm going to let you guys decide. Are you guys going to put every single franchise in damn near top tier? Is that what's going to happen here? Crazy. I might have watched Blade as a kid, but I can't remember if I did or not. Yeah, I've only seen the first 2. The second one, I know people really love that second one. I wasn't the biggest fan. So going over from Wolf Creek, guys, the next one up, we've got Puppet Master. Ooh, I can vote on this one. I've seen a handful of these. There we go. All right, I got my vote in. Okay, so Wolf Creek is pretty good. All right. So you guys aren't all just voting for damn near top tier on every single one. I think I'm the only one using the bottom 3 tiers, Trisha. The real ones know, right? The real ones know. All right, from Puppet Master, we are getting into The Grudge, everybody. Let's count Japanese and American versions. How about that with The Grudge, huh? How about that? I'll go ahead and vote on that. I've seen a couple of these movies. I don't think I've seen any of the American Grudge movies. I will say this, Erica. I think the first Puppet Master is pretty damn fun. It wears pretty thin, pretty quick, but you know, if you like those Charles Band full moon type movies, you know, you might dig Puppet Master. We got Jamie Hart, one of our sorry, Jamie, I'm the thing is going so quick here. The Conjuring is up next, everybody. I'm going to pause it for a second because I got to give Jamie the love. One of our channel members, the original Death Squad mod. How about that? Jamie, I hope you're having a great Friday. Link is pinned in the chat if you'd like to take part in the live voting over on the tier maker site. And I'm going to resume here. We have 19 seconds left to vote on The Conjuring. I'm going to vote on that one too. I'm not even going to, from now on, I'm not going to tell you guys which way I vote. I don't want to sway anything. And I also don't want to show my hand here. So let's see. We got 5 seconds. Where's this one going to go? Looks like this is going to be our first Mount Rushmore worthy franchise. And there it is. Oh my gosh. And coming up next, is this really Anaconda? Are they really counting Anaconda? Are they counting Anaconda as a horror franchise? Is it really a horror franchise, guys? This is pretty silly. Again, I didn't curate this list. I had to use a template that was already, pre-existing there on Tier Maker. And yeah, I don't know. Did any of you guys see the Conjuring Last Rites yet? I have not seen it. I may check it out this weekend. But okay, I'm going to resume on Anaconda. Yeah. This one, I mean, the first movie is like fun for what it is, but it's like, it's just a silly B movie, right? It's nothing amazing or anything like that. And we got 15 seconds left on Anaconda. Yep, meh. There you go. Yeah, I think I've only seen the first one as well. It is so silly. I mean, it's fun to watch and sort of just make fun of. And then the next one, Sharknado. Now, this one is pretty fun. It knows what it is, right? It knows what it is. So I'm going to vote on that because I think, the first, especially like the second and third Sharknado, I have quite a bit of fun with, honestly. I do. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of a franchise that doesn't take itself too seriously. Like a Killer Clowns kind of thing, or Toxic Avenger. All right, so moving from Sharknado, and I'm going to pause and read some comments after this one. Ooh, we've got The Ring. Where does The Ring sit with you guys? Now, this is one where I think I've seen the Japanese version, the American version, and I think I've seen The Ring too. But I feel like I'm missing a couple of these movies that I haven't yet seen. And we'll pause and I'll jump in because this thing is just flying by right now. And we'll kind of look at what we've got so far after this one, after The Ring. How about that? How about now? Okay. All right. I'm going to pause it. Wait, here we go. There we go. So Predator is up next. I would imagine you can still vote on that one while I've got it paused. I don't know. Let me know. But I'm going to jump in and see what you guys are saying. Let's see. You're talking about Anaconda, Jamie. It was amazing in the theater. I remember when that hit the theater. I don't think I saw it in the theater. But it's, Anaconda is like, it's like they're doing a Jaws kind of thing with a snake. That's what it feels like to me. Kind of like that, a little bit of that vibe. John Voight's like accent just cracks me up. He's like, Anaconda, he's doing this thing with his voice. It's just so cheesy that I just gotta love it. I don't know. Yeah, Sharknado. The second one, though, pretty baller. Pretty baller. Chester, they're pretty fun. I mean, they're ridiculous. They're ridiculous, but they're pretty fun. Holy cow, we got Pumpkin King jumping on in, one of our great channel members, dropping in with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Pumpkin King says, hey, Davey, happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. Right back to you, Pumpkin King. Hopefully you had a great week. You can unwind, relax a little bit. I would imagine the job is pretty hectic and everything. So it's good to know that you're with us here on a Friday night. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Love The Ring and Ringu. The rest, ... Yeah, and let's take a look at what we have so far. Can't vote while paused. Okay, well, that's fair enough. We will get the full 30 seconds there. Yeah, I should have checked that one out in the theater. I don't know what I was doing. I must have been in like 8th grade or a freshman or something when that one came out. But let's take a look at what we've got so far, guys. So, all right. We've had, let me see here. There's 7. Okay, so we've had 10 so far. And we've got The Conjuring and Mount Rushmore worthy. In damn near top tier, we've got From Dusk Till Dawn, The Ring, The Hills Have Eyes, and Blade. In pretty good, we've got Wolf Creek, The Grudge, and Puppet Master. Passable at best, we've got Anaconda. And bottom of the barrel, Sharknado hanging out in bottom of the barrel. Oh, I was the only one that showed love to Sharknado, huh? All right, fair enough, guys. Fair enough. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling once again. Let's see if there's anything else I need to check in on. 29 votes on the poll there in the chat, 30 votes, and it looks like most of you would like to do more of these live tier rankings. Sweet. Heck yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and resume this. Okay, so you guys can vote for Predator. Where are you putting the Predator franchise? Man, started out really strong. First couple movies, Alien versus Predator, maybe a little bit weaker. Maybe they've redeemed themselves as of late. I know people really liked Prey, and very much looking forward to Badlands. Killer of Killers was very well received. So I haven't seen all of the movies in this franchise, so I'm going to take a step back on this one. And where does Predator go? It is going to land in, where did it go? Pretty good. And The Fly is up next. Ooh, what, only a couple movies really in the Fly franchise? Is it even a franchise at 2 movies? I'm going to go ahead and vote on this one. I guess you can count the Vincent Price Fly movie from what, the late 50s or early 60s, something like that. So let's see where we end up there. The Fly is going in damn near top tier. And then next up, we've got whatever you want to call this, the Hannibal franchise. So we're talking Manhunter, Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, and then they remade Manhunter but called it Red Dragon, which I think is the name of the book. And what do we have? What else do we have? We have any other movies in that franchise? I mean, Silence of the Lambs won Best Picture. Pretty all right, you know? Pretty all right. And the voting is closing for that one. That is going in damn near top tier. All right, Underworld is up next. I had this poster on my wall as a teenager because I just think Kate Beckinsale is so hot. And I guess I had the age kind of right. I might be too old for Kate Beckinsale now. She seems to like to go pretty young. Hey, more power to her. What I can't believe is that I've seen a lot of pictures of her smoking cigarettes, and I can't believe she, looks as good as she does, even though she's a regular smoker. Yeah, wild. And Underworld lands in, where did it go? Pretty good. And then we've got Fright Night. Ooh, a lot of people, Fright Night, they say this is their favorite vampire movie of all time, the first movie. I know a lot of people have love for the remake and for the sequel as well. So I'm going to go ahead and cast my vote. And I think let's see here, after this one, after one more, we'll take a break and I'll jump in and hang out with you guys and see what you're saying. Poltergeist. And let's see here. Fright Night ends up in damn near top tier. So that's really 44% of the franchises are landing right in that category. You guys are very, very kind. 31 participants voting right now. That is amazing. Thank you guys so much for jumping in. Make sure you hit that like button and participate in the poll that we have going on in the chat as well. And okay, I'm going to pause it after Poltergeist. So Poltergeist has closed, and then boom, I believe this is The Omen coming up next. That's what that looks like to me. Jamie says she prefers the Fright Night remake. Yeah, Anton Yelchin gone way too soon. That is such a sad story. I remember when that news broke, and it was, that was such a shock and such a weird way to go. And Anton Yelchin was incredibly talented. It is, we need like a 90-second count. I can't keep up. Can I change that now? I may be able to. Let me see, Erica. Trisha asks, am I the only mean one? I'm a little mean, Trisha. I'm a little mean. Let me see if I can affect the, let's see here. I don't think I can change, unfortunately, guys. I don't think I can change the timer. But now I know. I might give a minute next time. I think 90 seconds, Erica, may be too much, but I think a minute next time. Again, we're just learning. We're having fun, right? We got plenty of participants. There's more people participating than are actually watching the stream, according to the StreamYard countdown or counter. What's happening, Brett? We got Brett Patrick from over at Pat That Halloween Movie Collector in the house. What's happening, buddy? Conspiracy of Anton? Is there a conspiracy? I thought there was this massive recall on that line of Jeeps because of their faulty emergency brakes. So that turned into like a class action lawsuit. It just didn't, I don't think anything happened until after that happened. So yeah, I would imagine whoever his next of kin was probably able to file something there. It is so sad. It's really a bummer. I watched Brightburn today. It was awesome. I still need to see that. So I will be hopefully checking that one out this spooky season. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get going again with The Omen. 30 seconds on the Omen franchise. What do we got? The first movie directed by Richard Donner, just a powerhouse director. You know, Gregory Peck is in there. What's the other guy's name? He's in David Warner, I think, is in that one as well. He's got that really crazy kill. All right, let's see what we got here. And that is closing out right now. The Omen goes into Mount Rushmore worthy. And then, guys, we are on to the Hellraiser franchise. How are you guys going to vote for Hellraiser? Man, so this is a franchise where I've only seen the first 3 films in the franchise, but I dig all of them. I love that first movie. Really dig the first movie. I think the second movie's okay. And the third movie is like low-key my second favorite out of the 3 I've seen. I mean, not low-key. It is my second favorite. Just such a 90s movie. And then boom, Hellraiser is done. That is in damn near top tier. Next up, we've got the Amityville franchise. I know, guys, it's flying by, isn't it? How about it? You got to stay on top of it all. We got Dave Vanderhoff in the chat. What's happening, Dave? So good to see you, bud. Okay, Amityville. 10 seconds left on the Amityville franchise. I think, Jamie, you've told me quite a bit that the second film, Possession, is one that I've really got to watch. Boom. So there it is. Amityville. Whoa, right at the last second goes to pretty good. It was almost Mount Rushmore worthy, but you guys got your votes in. And now we've got the Wreck franchise. So the foreign, the Spanish version, English version, let's just count all of these in there. I'm going to go ahead and cast my vote on this. This was a movie. I really liked that first Wreck movie the first time I saw it. And then I revisited it and I was like, ugh, I don't know. Found footage. That's a rough one for me, guys. That is a rough one. And boom, there it is on Wreck. Wreck is damn near top tier, and now we are into Annabelle. Guys, I don't think I've seen any of the Annabelle movies. Oh, wait, I've seen the first one. How many are there? How many Annabelle movies are there? 3 of these things? Putting it on the list, Jamie. Putting it on the list. We got Billy Judd in the house. What's happening, Billy? So good to see ya. The Annabelle franchise is rounding out here, and it looks like this one is going to be pretty good. And there it is. All right, Return of the Living Dead. Man, a lot of people, this is like their favorite zombie movie, the very first one. I know a lot of people, depending on, I've seen mixed feelings on the second movie and a lot of love for the third film in the franchise. And then I've heard it kind of dips after that. What are there, like 5 of these movies? Something like that. We'll take a break after this one, guys, and I'll jump in. It just feels like it's breakneck speed. We're about a third of the way through. So Return of the Living Dead ends up in... Oh, we got Phantasm next. And Return of the Living Dead ends up in damn near top tier. So let's just do a little roundup, and then I'll jump into the chat and say what's up to you guys. So Mount Rushmore worthy, we've got The Fly, The Conjuring, and The Omen. Damn near top tier, Fright Night, From Dusk Till Dawn, Wreck, The Ring, Return of the Living Dead, the Hannibal franchise, The Hills Have Eyes, Hellraiser, and Blade. Pretty good. We've got Underworld, Wolf Creek, Poltergeist, Predator, The Grudge, Puppet Master, Annabelle, and Amityville. And then passable at best, Anaconda. Bottom of the barrel, Sharknado. Guys, the bottom of the tier is very lonely right now. I mean, that first movie, that's the thing, Jamie. Like, the first movie is absolutely Mount Rushmore, right? And then it's all about, like, with a franchise, it's like, how do you rank? You know, it's interesting. Like, do you rank them based on, is it a curve based on your favorite, or do you rank them on how you feel with the whole thing overall? That's kind of what I would do. But again, guys, if you have fun with this one, I'm learning how this all goes so we can extend the time. We can break down each individual franchise if you guys want to. Those would probably be really quick. We could kind of work one of these in, you know, once a week, maybe do a franchise or do all the horror villains, something fun like that. I mean, I would imagine he's an Eagles fan. He's got that, unless he lost a bet and he has to have the Eagles championship ring as his icon. So he could be a Chiefs fan that lost a bet, right? Pat's fan there. All right, you and Ashton, Paula, you guys are both Pats fans. How about it? Trisha's list isn't lonely at the bottom. I usually like the first one and say F the rest. Fair enough. Hey, it's your vote, Jamie. I'm not going to tell anyone how to vote. So let's go ahead and jump back in, guys. Phantasm. I know there's a lot of love for Phantasm, so I'm going to lay down my vote. I think I've just seen the first 3 in the franchise. Whew, there we go. Need some water, y'all. Need some water. I feel like I'm doing like working as an auctioneer right now. Everything's just flying by so damn fast. We got Robert the Wolfman in the chat. Ow, ow! What's happening, Robert? One of our great channel members and Death Squad mods. And holy cow, guys. Wait, I'm going to pause. Robert, I want you to know you can take part. In case you guys have missed out, the link is pinned up in the chat if you want to participate. Guys, these are all your votes. I'm voting on some of these franchises. If I know them well enough to vote, I'm voting. But this is all your guys' say here. So, Robert, just wanted to let you know what we're doing here. Hopefully you're doing well, brother. So always great to see you. And Pumpkin King drops another $9.99 and says, we needed to talk about the lack of love for Poltergeist Death Squad. The OG is unrivaled. I'm right there with you, Pumpkin King. The original Poltergeist is one of the first horror movies I ever saw. That was one that like the whole family watched. And that whole like they're here, they're back, like those taglines are just so ingrained in my childhood. Like the very first 2 Poltergeist movies, you know, I roll with those. I love Beatrice Straight. She's in that first one. She's an amazing performer. You know, Craig T. Nelson is in there as well. Man, just yeah, Poltergeist is amazing. I can't believe they remade it. I mean, I can and I can't, right? But thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat there, Pumpkin King. Guys, just 8 more super chats of $2 or more. If you want to do another watch party on Discord for everyone to jump into, it was really fun with Evil Dead. But of course, you know, like I said, the only thing I ask really is that you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and share the channel. Everything else is just bonus. Jamie says hot take Phantasm is overrated. Yeah, I've heard that the back half of the franchise is pretty rough. I do like how weird Phantasm is. It does really feel like a nightmare, you know, like a fever dream or something. So I really dig that about Phantasm. I haven't fallen into the deep end with Phantasm or anything like that. It's a series that I haven't seen. You know, I watched those 3 movies when I was like, you know, in the late 90s. So it's been a long time. I should probably give them a bit of a rewatch there. But let's see here. Phantasm ended up in damn near top tier. You guys love that damn near top tier. And here's a big one, guys. Friday the 13th. I really dig this franchise quite a bit, so I'm going to vote on this one. This is my second favorite of the big 3. I don't know why they use a picture of, you know, Jason from Freddy versus Jason, but, you know, whatever. It's okay. It's okay. Ken Kersinger is a very, very nice guy. I got to meet him a couple months ago. Very friendly. And look at that. Whole bunch of votes coming in for Mount Rushmore worthy. It looks like that is where Jason is going to live. And boom, there he is. Jason's finally home. And coming up next, we've got Insidious. I've seen like 3 of these movies. I don't know. Maybe just 2. I really like the first couple Insidious movies. How did it go after that, guys? I'm not sure. I'm going to vote based on what I've seen. How about that? And it is just flying by here. Vanderhoff absolutely loves everything. All right, so there we go. Insidious lands in pretty good. And oh my gosh, Evil Dead, you guys. This is a no-brainer for me. This is my favorite horror franchise of all time. So you know which way I'm going to vote. How about that, huh? I don't even dislike any of the movies in the Evil Dead franchise. I think the one I'm most lukewarm on, it's like a tie between Army of Darkness and Evil Dead Rise. And there you go. Voting is ended on Evil Dead, and it is Mount Rushmore worthy. Oh, and here's a big one. We're going to get another entry in this franchise later on this year on December 12th. The remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night comes out. The second remake, I would imagine. Or not imagine, right? It's the second remake. But what? There's like 6 movies in this franchise so far, something like that. And I've only seen, really, guys, honestly, I've only seen the first movie, so I'm not gonna vote on this one. Silent Night, Deadly Night as a franchise, guys, goes into pretty good. And we've got, Exorcist. So it's like the first Exorcist is an all-time classic, right? The third Exorcist is very much beloved. And the rest of them, bad to okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to cast my vote. How about that? And we'll go for another 2 more after this. What do we have? I'm trying to keep track. There we go. Exorcist lands in Mount Rushmore worthy. Ooh, and Gremlins. Just 2 movies so far. Maybe we're going to get a third. I don't know if you guys caught the little news bit I did a couple weeks ago, but Chris Columbus has written the script for the third movie, and they're just waiting on Spielberg to give it the okay. I really dig both of the movies in this franchise, so I'm going to cast my vote there. I think the new batch is a really damn good sequel. But only 2 movies to go off of, and Gremlins, Mount Rushmore worthy. You guys are so friggin' nice to all of these franchises. Critters. I think I've only seen the first movie in the Critters franchise, which I think is really fun. So I'm not going to vote. And then after this one, guys, we'll take a little bit of a pause. I'll say what's up to y'all and read some of your comments. And maybe we'll check in on the poll that's on the YouTube side of the chat and everything like that. So Critters, let's see where it ends up. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. And coming up next is Saw. So let's let that marinate, let you guys think about things for a little bit. Evil Dead is, Jamie, thank you. You know that I'm right there with you on that one. Absolutely. Chester says Friday the 13th franchise was so good. There's some bad movies in the franchise. Yeah. I mean, it belongs in Mount Rushmore worthy for sure, right? I mean, I would say that there are more imitators of Friday the 13th than imitators of Halloween. That's I don't think that's a hot take. Maybe it is. Trisha says I only have 1 in my Mount Rushmore. I'm running out of room on my bottom 3. Yeah. Well, I'm curious, what's the one that's in Mount Rushmore for you, Trisha, if you don't mind sharing there? And we got, how did I miss him? Eli Cortez, one of our great channel members and Death Squad mods, reminding everyone to slash that like button, sub to this amazing channel, and consider becoming a member of the mighty Death Squad for some sweet perks. Yes, join the Death Squad cult. That's what we're calling our channel members now. So Cult Corner, that's just for the channel members. That's the exclusivity that you get the Cult Corner show over there with the members. Let's see what else we got going on over here. I doubt it. He wasn't in the second movie. I don't know. Maybe if he can pass a psychiatric exam. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm being a jerk about that. Maybe. Yes, Leanna Bevy Rage is in the house, one of our great channel members and Death Squad mods. And I don't know what's going on, Leanna. It's like YouTube. I think what they were doing is they were doing the handles for a while because they wanted to make sure that people that had like dummy accounts or troll accounts weren't able to keep on coming back in without being recognized. So I know it was something that they were like testing with certain channels. So yes, back to, I like the screen names. It makes it a lot easier for me to remember people. That's for damn sure. And welcome on in. So let's go ahead and get back on over. Yes, Ben Grimm, one of our channel members in the chat, says Evil Dead at the top of Mount Rushmore. Absolutely. We got Jason Carpenter jumping on in, says, new to your channel, man. Found you through the Hit the Bricks with Drum Dums. Halloween Ends is a misunderstood masterpiece. Sue me. Oh, Jason, we're going to be really good friends, bud, because Halloween Ends is my favorite sequel in the entire franchise. How about that? And welcome on in, man. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. Really do appreciate you giving us a shot. Yes, Hit the Bricks is so much damn fun. I'm very, very fortunate to be, teaming up with Lee and Nick from the Lost River Drive-In for that one. Those are my boys. And there's just something about that trio. Okay, let's go ahead and jump on back in. How did Critters surpass Anaconda? I don't know. That's a good question for the chat. Trisha loves Ends. All right, there it is. Boom. Darkest Side of the Night is a pretty ripping song there, Jason. It might be the best part of Jason Takes Manhattan. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and resume the live tier maker ranking. And yes, next time we'll give 60 seconds for each one, because it seems like I feel like I'm running on a treadmill, not a brisk jog or walk, but I feel like I'm running. And here we go, guys. Saw the franchise. We got 22 seconds left to vote on this bad boy. I know a lot of people really love the Saw franchise. I've only seen, I think, the first 3 or 4 movies in the franchise. I'm kind of lukewarm on them after the first 2. It just seems very samey to me. Not that that's necessarily bad. But all right, voting is about to close, and this one is going to be Mount Rushmore worthy. The Saw franchise. How about it? And now we're into Sinister, which, man, I really love that first Sinister movie. And everything I've heard about the sequel is that it's not even worth my time. So it'll be interesting to see how you guys vote on this one. Since there's only 2 movies in the franchise and I've only seen one, I'm going to hold off on my vote there. And there we go. Sinister is damn near top tier for you guys. Now we've got I Know What You Did Last Summer. I thought it would be long enough, Jamie, but it's going by so quickly. So again, I'm learning. I know. Have mercy on this old lady. I know. And have mercy on this old man. I'm the one emceeing the event, and I feel like I'm gonna need some rest after this one. I Know What You Did Last Summer is closing out right about meow, and we are looking at pretty good. Oh, Tremors. This one is that's a no-brainer for me. I've got my vote in for Tremors. I don't even care about the lesser sequels because the first 2 movies are so amazing. Let's see. Here we go. What do we? It's happening faster than Davey wants. It happens. I swear it's never happened to me before. All right. Tremors, 5 seconds left. Where is this bad boy going to end up? Tremors is going damn near top tier. All right. Ooh, Psycho. This franchise, yes, gets a lot of love. And admittedly, guys, I've still only seen the first movie in the franchise, but I know I got to watch the rest. You guys tell me that every single movie in this franchise is totally worth it. So we've got about 5 seconds left on Psycho. What's it going to be? It looks like it's going to be Mount Rushmore worthy. All right. All right. I'm going to pause really quick. Wrong Turn franchise is going on. It looks like Passable at Best was the one vote that got in. So voting is on pause, guys. I just want to jump in here because, yes, it's going way too fast. Right about meow. Exactly. Let's see here. Tremors is solid until 6 and 7. Well, that's better than most franchises, huh, Robert? Let's see. I want to jump into, I totally forgot to jump on the YouTube side. Wow, 41 votes. Do you want to do more live tier maker rankings where you get to vote? 43 votes, 81% of people are saying hell yeah. No one is saying I don't like tier rankings. So it sounds like we can pretty much close that one. Although I'm curious to know how many votes can we get? And can we make sure we've got as many likes on the stream as we do votes? That's what I'm curious to know. Let's see where we're at. Only 24 likes. Come on, guys. If you're going to vote in the poll, drop a like, won't you? Thank you. Okay. Jamie, did I give the old lady enough of a break? Can we get back on this one? Okay, here we go. Wrong Turn, guys. Let me know what you think. I haven't seen any of these movies. I know, I'm a total fraud. Total freaking fraud. Oh, this one is one vote for each category. Now it's sort of starting to break apart here. Come on, guys. Get in your votes. Let your voice be heard if you've seen the Wrong Turn movies. 2 seconds left. Where's this one going to end up? And it looks like Wrong Turn is in pretty good. All right, and The Thing. So I guess let's count The Thing from Another World, the original, the John Carpenter's version, and then the prequel. It's pretty much a remake. It's like the same storyline as John Carpenter's movie. They just put it with a different group of people. I don't know. But holy cow, just based on the reputation of John Carpenter's classic 1982 The Thing, this bad boy is going all the way up to Mount Rushmore worthy. And up next, Child's Play. All right, I'm going to cast my vote there. I've seen all of the Child's Play movies. I have not seen the television show, but I've seen all of the films in the franchise, and I've got my vote locked in. All right, let's see here. What do we got going on? Psycho Twist was a game changer. Yeah, that it definitely was. All right, Child's Play ends up in Mount Rushmore worthy. And let's do a little roundup here, guys, before we get on to Leprechaun. We're more than halfway through. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anyone. We've got I Like Scream and Ice Cream in the chat. Welcome on in. So great to see you. I know you've popped in a couple times. I've seen you over on Shay Rants and on Horror Hers channel. So thank you so much for jumping on in. I think I've seen you over on Flet's channel as well. Yeah. Let's see what else we got going on. We got Amanda jumping on in to say hi. Hope you're doing well this evening, Amanda. One of our great channel members there. Let's see what else we got. Bring the Chucky show back, says Billy Judd. Well, I think they're working on a movie. So let's do a little roundup. We got Friday the 13th, Evil Dead, Child's Play, Psycho, Saw, I almost said Jaws, Saw, The Thing, The Exorcist, The Fly, The Conjuring, and The Omen in Mount Rushmore worthy. In damn near top tier, we've got Fright Night, From Dusk Till Dawn, Wreck, The Ring, Phantasm, Return of the Living Dead, Hannibal, The Hills Have Eyes, Hellraiser, Blade, Tremors, and Sinister. In pretty good, we've got Insidious, Underworld, Gremlins, Wolf Creek, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Poltergeist, Predator, The Grudge, Puppet Master, Annabelle, Amityville, Critters, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Wrong Turn. And then, man, passable at best, just Anaconda. Bottom of the barrel, just Sharknado. All right. Well, I'm curious. This one, all right. I'm not going to say how I feel about Leprechaun. I think you guys know how I feel about the Leprechaun movies by and large. Let's see what you think. So Leprechaun franchise, the voting has begun. I'm going to drop my vote in there as well. So there we are. He is out of retirement. I don't think he's coming back to... well, is he back in retirement after the Willow series didn't work out? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Erica is a lot of fun. She's a hard worker, Trisha. But you would do a damn fine job. And I love Erica's icon there. I love her giving you the "are you serious" kind of face. Love it. Love it. All right. So bam, man, that just went by very, very quickly. Leprechaun ended up in pretty good. Now we've got A Nightmare on Elm Street. I've got my vote in there. Looks like this one is going to be is kind of a no-brainer for most of you guys on where this one belongs. Even with the weaker films in the franchise, this one is a Mount Rushmore worthy, no doubter. Oh, and Jaws. Fuck. Man, not a big fan of Jaws 3. I think I like Jaws the Revenge a little bit more. I really like the first two movies, so I am casting my vote. And we have a very loving and forgiving community here. You guys are being very, very kind. So Jaws is rounding out here. Just 3 seconds left on the Jaws franchise. And this one is going to be Mount Rushmore worthy. This is the biggest Mount Rushmore ever. What is this? Carrie? Is that what this is? Carrie? How many? What? So there's the original Carrie. There's a remake. There was the Rage Carrie 2, like the sequel that happened in like the mid to late 90s. It's like most people just kind of like seemingly forget about that one. I don't know. 5 seconds left on Carrie. I've really only seen the original, guys. I've never even seen the remake. And Carrie ends up in damn near top tier. Ooh, okay. Now this is a franchise that I probably should watch. Hatchet, guys. About 20 seconds left here on the Hatchet franchise. I know this one is known for its really fun kills, but unfortunately not much else. So I'm curious to see where oh my gosh, it's all over the place. 5 seconds left. Get in your votes. And this one ends up in pretty good. Oh, Children of the Corn. Where's this? I think this one's going to be in the bottom too. Because I think most people just like the very first Children of the Corn. You guys are amazing in the chat. Thank you so much for keeping up the chatter while I am like distracted by how quickly all of this is going. This is a very interesting. We haven't even been live for an hour, and we're probably going to be done with this by the time the hour mark hits, right around there. So boom, Children of the Corn is bottom of the barrel. I guess I'm not surprised. And then up next is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh man, I cast my vote here, and maybe my vote is a hot take, guys. I don't know. But I really love the first movie in this franchise. I really love the remake, and the others that I've seen, I'm pretty lukewarm on. Pretty lukewarm. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre, voting is closed, and this is Mount Rushmore worthy for you guys. Oh, It. There, I'm going to cast the most unpopular vote for It, because I don't care. You guys know how I feel about It. I don't know what it is about Stephen King stuff. A lot of Stephen King adaptations I just think are like okay, you know, not amazing or anything. The stream and the voting are definitely not in sync. Okay. I wonder why that is. You know, hopefully if you have the page pulled up, hopefully it's at least in time over there so you can get the votes in. And Lake Placid, is this even a franchise? I've only seen the very first Lake Placid. Guys, It ended up in Mount Rushmore worthy. That is amazing to me. I am kind of blown away. I think I voted for passable at best on It. Lake Placid. Wow, pretty good, huh? What is this? Just 2 movies? Yeah, Jamie, no, I hear what you're saying. Choose between voting and chatting. Next time, I'll do a minute. This is just a trial run. Let me pause it there on Scream. So I have the feeling that this is going to be Mount Rushmore worthy. I just have a feeling. But yeah, guys, next time around, we'll leave a minute. You can get in your vote, and you can jump on over here and say a little something there. 30 is, and working a chat can't do it with 30 seconds. Well, I could pause each one. You can't vote while it's paused, but at least that way you could get in a little bit of a chat too. Yeah. So here we go. 5 or 6 Lake Placid movies. That is news to me. And Lake Placid ended up in passable at best, right next to Anaconda, which is kind of fitting. They feel kind of similar. So let's go ahead and resume on Scream here. I'm going to go ahead and get my vote in there as well. And yeah, if I could change the amount of time, I would, guys. It won't let me now that we started. But yeah, I can pause after every single one, give you guys some time to say a little something, and then to hop on over and vote. Okay, so coming up next is the Piranha franchise. Scream ended up in Mount Rushmore worthy. 31% of the franchises so far are in there. So that's a huge Mount Rushmore. That is a very huge Mount Rushmore. So feel free to chat it up about Piranha here for a second while it's all paused up. Let's see here. Piranha, I think I've only seen the first 2 movies in the franchise. Let's go ahead and see what you guys are thinking on Piranha. Here we go. All right, 20 seconds left on Piranha. What did Joe Dante, did he direct the very first Piranha? I think he did, and then James Cameron's name is on the second one, although he left the project. 5 seconds left on Piranha. Where is that one going to end up? It looks like this one is going to be pretty good. All right, Halloween. Where's this one going to be? Guys, if Halloween isn't Mount Rushmore worthy and, you know, it is Mount Rushmore worthy, I'm going to end the stream right there. There you go. Piranha is not for me. You know, the very first movie is like kind of like a little bit of a parody, like a Jaws parody. It's pretty fun. The second movie is sort of weird, like The Spawning or whatever it's called, where the piranha can fly. That's really odd. But I didn't watch, like, I know the newer ones are totally like, they just seem like titty exploitation movies, you know. But yeah, let's see what you guys think about Halloween. The voting should be open up right now to vote on Halloween as a franchise. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we have any outlet. Wow, we have 2 people that are voting for Halloween to be bottom of the barrel. We got some haters. 3 people vote bottom of the barrel. Holy cow. This is very exciting. But it looks like this one, with 5 seconds left, it looks like Halloween has secured a spot on Mount Rushmore along with the other big 3. Resident Evil. I'm going to pause it there again. Man, I haven't seen all of these Resident Evil movies, but I've seen most of them. I will say this. Mila Jovovich, very impressive. Her physicality and athleticism as a performer. Yes, she's very physically attractive and all that stuff too. Maybe she's not the best actress in the world, but I think for these movies, she brings kind of like what you expect for like an action star. It feels like she feels like a John McClane kind of character, you know, more or less like an action star in a horror sort of film. And, you know, she has just, what impresses me most about her performance is the physicality of it. She's the stunt work and all the, you know, the acrobatics and everything are awesome. So even if all the movies aren't great, I actually really enjoy. The first one I'm not the biggest fan of. I really like Apocalypse and Extinction, I think, are the 2 that like really stand out to me. So let's see what you guys think of the Resident Evil franchise. Voting is open. I'm going to vote right there as well. And let's see what we got. And guys, we've just got, what, 11 left after this. 11 or 12. Holy cow, it's just flying by. 10 seconds left on the voting here for Resident Evil. And where is this one gonna land? It looks like Resident Evil is gonna be pretty good. Okay, and I'm gonna pause it there again. The Purge. Another franchise. Surprise, surprise, guys. I haven't seen any. I just don't know if this franchise is for me. Let me know in the chat if The Purge is something that I should give a watch. Let me know. What do we got going on here? First 3 Resident Evil movies are pretty good. There we go. That's why it ends up, I suppose, in pretty good. Is this, Tyler, is this a reference to one of the movies? Is this something? What am I missing here? What am I missing here? I feel like this means something. It's like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This means something. This is important. Let me know, Tyler. Let me know. Jamie gets it. I don't. See, I'm just, guys, just because I have a YouTube channel, it doesn't mean I'm a cool kid. We got Brett from Good Real Hunting, one of our great channel members, and Death Squad Mods jumping in to say, hey, everyone, Chiefs lost and need some good vibes. Sorry to hear that for you, Brett. You know, those divisional games, I love that they do the divisional games early in the season because it makes that first game of the year, you know, have some weight to it. And especially when they've got to travel that far, that is, you know, wild going down to Brazil to play. It must have been a close game, though. I think it was close the last time I saw the score. But you know what? I'm sure you guys will be all right. They're going to finish the season 14-3, you know? I think you'll be okay. You will be okay. God, I just hope the Redskins don't lose to the Giants, but who knows? All right, guys, I'm going to start the voting. The timer is started on The Purge. Let me know your thoughts there on the Purge franchise. Is it Mount Rushmore worthy? Damn near top tier? Pretty good? Passable? Bottom of the barrel? That's where it's at right now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Get those votes in. We have 5 seconds. Get those votes in. Let's see where this one's going to go. And it looks like it's going to be pretty good. Okay, coming up next, we've got Night of the Living Dead. So the George Romero Dead series. So that's Night, Dawn, Day, Land, Diary, Survival, and then let's lump in all the remakes. So Tom Savini's Night of the Living Dead, Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. Steve Miner did a really shitty Day of the Dead in 2008, and then there was like this weird offshoot Day of the Dead movie after that came out not that long ago, maybe almost 10 years ago. But let's go ahead and work all of those in there. Oh, gotcha. Okay, her full name. Yeah, The Fifth Element, I have seen that. It's been a really long time. Been a really damn long time. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and get the voting open for the George Romero Dead series, and let's count in those remakes. For me, I'm getting my vote in there. Romero is my favorite horror director. He edited while he shot. Of course, rest in peace, George. We miss you. We need you. Hopefully your daughter's movie is very fun. I'm hoping Queens of the Dead is a total blast. And George Romero's Dead series is going to have its place secured in Mount Rushmore worthy. Oh, this one is interesting. I've not seen any of the Paranormal Activity movies. Again, I am not a big found footage guy. I'm going to put a pause on this really quick just to give you guys a moment to breathe along with me. Trisha says Dawn of the Dead's my favorite zombie movie ever. The original or the remake, Trisha? Because I know a lot of people really love that Zack Snyder movie. Written by James Gunn also. You know, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Let's see. Day of the Dead's my favorite zombie movie. I'm right there with you, Blu-ray. The original Day of the Dead from '85 is easily my favorite zombie movie. And do you guys know what is my second favorite zombie movie? You guys should know, right? I talk about it all the time. We really need it on 4K. They've been talking about putting it out on 4K for years. I mean, just some sort of updated version of my second, you know, favorite zombie movie of all time. The Zack Snyder version. All right. That's a really good remake, Trisha. That is a very good remake. Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the voting or reopen the voting on Paranormal Activity and see where you guys say it should go. 10 seconds left, guys. Oh my gosh, and we've got a tie. Somebody get in one more vote. Okay. All right, Paranormal Activity ends up in... Where did it go? Oh, Slumber Party Massacre's up next. Okay, I'm pausing. Paranormal Activity ended up in... Where the heck did it go? Where is it? Why can't I see it? What am I missing here, people? What am I missing? Oh, damn near top tier. There it is. I'm friggin' blind. 30 seconds was not enough. Milk was a bad choice. How about that? Close. Land of the Dead is in my top 10. My second favorite zombie movie, guys, Dead Alive or Brain Dead, depending on where. Dead Alive if you live here in the States. I'd imagine in Canada they call it Dead Alive as well. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Ooh, so Erica, I think there's 3 Slumber Party Massacre movies. I think there's 3 in the original, and then they did a remake. I love the first Slumber Party Massacre. It's really fun. Written and directed by women. Tons of nudity and all sorts of fun stuff. Really creepy killer, the Driller Killer. And then the sequel is like this wild, like almost like a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of thing. Like the killer is like kind of operating in this weird dream realm. But those are the only 2 movies in the franchise I've seen. I am going to vote. I'm going to open back voting on Slumber Party Massacre. Guys, for me, the first movie is like a yearly watch during spooky season. I really enjoy the first Slumber Party Massacre a lot. It's very fun. It knows what it is. It's a tongue-in-cheek slasher, and it's a damn good time. So we've got about 5 seconds left here on Slumber Party Massacre, and it looks like this one is going to wind up in pretty good. There it is. Boom. Oh, Ouija. How many movies are in this franchise? I feel like I keep on asking that. Are there only 2? I've heard the first Ouija movie is terrible. And then I watched Origin of Evil, the Mike Flanagan directed Ouija movie, and it's really good. So, I don't know. I'm curious to know where you guys are going to put this. Let's go ahead and open up the voting on the Ouija series here. 25 seconds left on this one. Let's see what you guys say. Has anyone even seen these movies enough to vote? Let's see what we got. I've only seen one of the 2. I think there's only 2. So I'm going to not vote. How about that? Let's see where this ends up. 5 seconds left. Is this going to be bottom of the barrel? Is this going to be our third entry in bottom of the barrel? There it is. All right, scary movie. Let me pause. I know we have a couple votes in there. You guys know how I feel about this series, but I know how you guys feel about this franchise. And I know a lot of you really, really dig the scary movies. And yeah, no worries, Tyler. I'm not voting on every single one either. So only the ones that I've got like, definite hard opinions on. I'm voting on. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the scary movie franchise. I've got the voting opened up on that. So here we go. 20 seconds left on scary movie. And I'm going to go ahead and cast my vote there. So there we are. Let's see what we've got. 10 seconds left, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the scary movie franchise. I think the second one is like the only one I really enjoyed out of the 4 that I've seen. So let's see. Oh my goodness, guys. Hold the frickin' phone. Scary movie? Mount Rushmore? Over Tremors? Over Tremors? Oh no. Guys, I might have to cry about that one later. I don't know. Who voted bottom? Banned. I did not vote all the way bottom. But I got pretty close. Pretty close there. Okay, guys, Cloverfield. Let's see what we've got for the Cloverfield franchise. I think it's just 2 movies in this franchise, too. Whoever made this list were very fast and loose with the definition of franchise. I feel like you've got to have 3 movies, and maybe there is a third movie in the Cloverfield, right? Because there's Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and then there's the Paradox or whatever the heck that space movie was called. Okay, I've only seen one of those. All right, so Cloverfield is going to end up in pretty good, and Blair Witch Project is next. I'm gonna pause the voting on that really quick. I know Pumpkin King. What? Scary movie over Poltergeist? Not even over it, but over it 2 categories. Man, what am I missing with Scary Movie that everyone loves so much? Was I too old when Scary Movie came out? That like, it's not like I dislike potty humor, guys. I can get down with some potty humor, but when you grow up with The Naked Gun and Top Secret and Hot Shots and, those types of parody movies, Loaded Weapon 1, I guess I just set the bar really high to where Scary Movie doesn't even seem like it's close to those as far as quality of humor goes. But me too, Tyler. I'm right there with you. Yeah. I'm not. I don't know if I can get over it, Pumpkin King. I don't know if I can. I'll get hate for this, says Ashton. I don't like any of the Blair Witch movies. Okay, I'm going to open up voting on Blair Witch. I dig the first two, and I think that's all I've seen. Because they did like a remake of the movie, right? And then have they done any other Blair Witch movies? Maybe. Let's see here. Where is this one going to end up? 5 seconds left. It looks like this is going to be damn near top tier. Let's see how it goes. And there it is. Damn near top tier. Oh, and here we go. Alien franchise. This one is a biggie. Let's see what you guys think about the Alien. Man, this one is so spotty. Like the highs are really high with the Alien franchise, right? I feel like this one, I think you got, well, whatever. I'm not going to say what I think you guys will do. Or put this, but I think it's going to be relatively high. We'll see here. Yeah, Chris Elliott in the sequel. Yeah, Scary Movie 2 is easily the best one out of the bunch. I could just throw away all the rest and just roll with Scary Movie 2. David Cross is funny in there. Enough of the jokes, you know, made it work for me in that one for sure. Let's go ahead and get this rolling here on the Alien franchise, and I will cast my vote on this one. How about that? It is tricky. Yeah. I love, yeah, Chris Elliott being like, oh, child. And he puts what's Anna Faris's toothbrush in his mouth to hold it while he's like rooting through her stuff. It's ridiculous. I love Chris Elliott. All right. Alien is closing out. Let's see. Where do we go with Alien? Mount Rushmore worthy, which is 32%. It's the second most populated category here tonight, guys. I'm very curious when we do this again and we break down individual franchises or we break down the horror villains again. I'll give you guys more time to vote on those. I'm very curious to see, you know, especially when we break down each movie of each franchise. Like that'll be very interesting, you know, to go through all the Halloweens on one ranking just to see how much hate there really is for some of the lesser thought of sequels here. So let's go ahead and child. You like that, Erica? You like that? Okay, here we go, guys. Final Destination. The voting is open. Let's see what you got for Final Destination. I'm going to go ahead and cast my vote there. So boom, there it is. So you watch Romulus and Resurrection. Tara, the first two Alien movies are really damn good. If you haven't seen those, gotta check those out. If if you're a fan of that kind of stuff. 5 seconds left on Final Destination, and this one is going in damn near top tier. And next up is The Howling. Guys, just two more left. It's just The Howling and Pumpkinhead are the only ones left. We are cruising through this tier maker ranking. Let's go ahead and open this one up for The Howling, guys. How about it? We got some werewolf fans in the house. Is this one that ever got remade? Seems like they should remake this one if they haven't already. I'm going to go ahead and cast my vote. I think I've just seen the first, what are there, 4 of these movies? I think I've seen 3 of them. We got 5 seconds left on The Howling. Where's it going to end up here? Looks like this one is going to be pretty good. Okay, guys, and the last one, man, this has just been a whirlwind. The last one is Pumpkinhead. I think the very first Pumpkinhead is an all-timer. It is one of these movies that I have to watch every year. So if we reach the super chat goal tonight, and no big deal if we don't, but whenever we do another public watch party on Discord during spooky season, Pumpkinhead almost won last time. It was Pumpkinhead and Evil Dead were just neck and neck with each other. So I'm thinking we'll do Pumpkinhead as the public watch party on Discord. I love the original Pumpkinhead. Let's see where you guys place this franchise. The voting is open now. And the votes are flying in. 34 participants have taken part in this voting so far throughout the evening. That is amazing. Thank you to everyone who has voted. 5 seconds left on Pumpkinhead. And where is this one going to go? Is it going to be a tie? Oh, and where did they end up putting it? They ended up putting it in damn near top tier. It was tied for damn near top tier and pretty good, but I think they gave it to damn near because it did get 2 votes for Mount Rushmore worthy. Okay. Whew. Guys, we've been on the stream for over an hour and 15 minutes. I feel like I haven't stopped talking the entire time, which I guess is pretty normal. And I didn't even do my regular shilling at the beginning of the stream or anything like that. We pretty much got right into it after saying what's up to everybody. So let me show you guys, or I guess you can see it right there on the screen, on the shared screen. Let me see if I can zoom in one more for you. Or actually, I think we're pretty much maxed out there, so you guys can see everything. Okay, guys, so 30% of the franchises, so almost a third of the 63 franchises you guys ranked, ended up in Mount Rushmore worthy. So we've got Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, It, Alien, Halloween, The Evil Dead, Child's Play, Psycho, Jaws, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Thing, that's a surprising one, The Exorcist, George Romero's Dead series, Jaws, The Fly, The Conjuring, Scary Movie, somehow, and The Omen. All are Mount Rushmore worthy, guys. I guess you'd need to carve them in every mountain across the whole United States to fit all of those lovely franchises into Mount Rushmore. And then in damn near top tier, which was 27% of the franchises ranked today, we've got Final Destination, Fright Night, From Dusk Till Dawn, Wreck, The Ring, Phantasm, Return of the Living Dead, Hannibal, The Hills Have Eyes, Hellraiser, Blade, The Blair Witch Project, Carrie, Pumpkinhead, Paranormal Activity, Tremors, and Sinister in damn near top tier. Now, pretty good was our winner tonight. 35%, so over a third of these 63 franchises wound up in this category, and we're talking Insidious, Underworld, Gremlins, Wolf Creek, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Poltergeist. Man, Poltergeist. Feel like it should be in damn near top tier. Predator, The Grudge, Puppet Master, Slumber Party Massacre, Piranha, Annabelle, Amityville, The Howling, Cloverfield, The Purge, Resident Evil, Hatchet, Leprechaun, Critters, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Wrong Turn. And you guys were so nice, so we only have 5 franchises in our bottom 2 categories. I am so surprised here. Passable at best are Anaconda and Lake Placid. Pretty simple. Bottom of the barrel, Sharknado, Children of the Corn, and Ouija. Wow. All right, there it is. I'm going to just put that up on the screen there so you guys can take a look at what you've done. Look at what you've done. So 63 franchises. We ranked them in about an hour, a little less, admittedly. Yes. Next time around, guys, again, there'll be 60 seconds, 60 seconds for voting so you can get in your vote and get in your little barbs and everything on each franchise if you would like. Yeah, Chester says the timer was too fast. Yeah. I apologize, Chester. I think you guys did great. I'll take the L on this one. I don't know. Maybe I should have done a trial run of this, but I think this is an okay one because 63 items to get through. And really, this one is just sort of like, it is the test run, just to see if you guys are into this kind of thing and to, get some thoughts out and I can tell by looking at the voting how you guys feel about these franchises. And I want to do more of these. So let me check the poll that we've got going on in the chat over here. So what the heck? There it is. I'm going to end that poll so we can read off. We got 46 votes in the poll here. 80% of you said, hell yeah, you do want more live tier maker rankings where you get to vote. 17% said, let's see how this one goes. I guarantee it's going to be better the next time around, guys. Don't you worry. and 2% of 46 people said, I don't like tier rankings. So I'm guessing that's just one person right there on the 2%. I'm so sorry. You're probably not here anymore. Maybe you are. I don't know. Erica, who's part of that 2% band. It's just one person. I totally get it. I know some people, because guys, here's the thing about these tier maker rankings. They are pretty fun for what they are. I do see a lot of channels that, you know, maybe they use them a lot. Maybe they rely on them. I mean, really, it's not my job to tell anyone what to do with their channel. If what they want to do with their channel is their own business. And there surely is an audience for this kind of stuff. But what I think is really cool about where you guys get to rank is just I love the audience engagement. I mean, you guys know that I love interacting with you guys. So, so next time around, it'll be a lot smoother. At least 60 seconds. Erica, maybe you're right. Maybe we do need the 90 seconds so you guys can vote and chit chat. Especially we could do 90 seconds if we're only ranking like a franchise, you know, like 12, 13 movies, you know, 10 to 12 movies or whatever. We can certainly allow for more time on each vote and everything like that. So, yes, Brett, I am going to hang out with you guys. Yes. No, I'm out of here. Oh, goodbye, everybody. No. No, I'm going to kick it with you guys for a little bit. What is it? 11:30 out there on the East Coast. It's 8:30 out here on the western part of the country. And yeah, I can totally kick it with you guys for a little bit. So there we go, guys. That is a snapshot of the voting tonight. You guys were very, very kind to most of these franchises. I think you're too kind to Scary Movie. Not kind enough to Poltergeist. It could have been kinder to Tremors, you know? It's okay. It's okay. And even Final Destination, I'm like, I thought Final Destination would be Mount Rushmore, just looking at all of the franchises that are currently in Mount Rushmore. I thought FD would have made it up there, but yeah. 90 is fair, so we can yap about it. There we go. We need to be able to yap, right? We got to be able to yap about it. Okay, I'm going to move on over here. Hey, what's happening, guys? How are you doing? Whew. Oh my gosh, I need a cigarette and a nap. Just joking. I don't smoke. Smoking's bad. Okay. Drugs are bad. Okay. No Scary Movie. Oh, Erica, I don't know what it is. I think it's all the cum and bush jokes that just soured me on Scary Movie. I think that's what it was. Just a little too much, leaning a little too much on that stuff. So yeah, guys, check this out. 30 days, no alcohol. How about that? I feel great. It's a really cool milestone to hit. And, you know, I guess the next one I'll really celebrate will be like 50 and then 75 and then 100. That'd be really cool. It's like they say, one day at a time. Although I feel really good and I feel pretty confident that I'll be able to get there. So yeah, 30 days, no alcohol feels great. I told you guys yesterday about the job interview that I had earlier on this afternoon. It went very, very well, at least as far as I could tell. The person that interviewed me is the person that I met this past weekend that approached me about, you know, throwing my name in the hat for this position. And they expressed very clearly that they had a really good time during the interview. And so I've got a good feeling. And when I'm done with the stream, I'm going to reach out and I should know something about that. So just wanted to fill you guys in on the personal stuff there. So yeah, 30 days, no alcohol. Interview went great. I've been catching up on movies lately. What did I see the other? So I already talked about Stage Fright. Watched Magic last night. I'll have to fill you guys in on that on a later stream. I'm going to, you know, like once a week, I'll give you like a roundup of the movies that I've watched. So I'll probably get into that either this weekend or maybe early next week and let you guys know about the, you know, the new to me movies that I've watched. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it, Ashton. Thank you, Erica. Appreciate you. Ryan Olashow is in the chat. What's happening, Ryan? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're too sweet, Trisha. Thank you. Yes, exciting about the 30 days no alcohol and exciting about, well, we'll see. I won't know. I reached out before the stream because I was like, I just want to let you know if I miss your call, it's because I'm in the middle of a stream. Can I call you back? And So yeah, I don't know yet, but I'm gonna reach out after, and I'll have something to say the next time I go live, either a yay or a nay. Thank you so much, Jamie. Really appreciate you. Jay Beach, no worries at all. All the voting is done. Here, Jay Beach, just for you, I'll bring that up so you can look at how everyone voted for these franchises. It went very, very quick. We learned a lot. You know, lessons were learned on my part here. And we're going to have a lot more fun on the next live tier maker ranking where you guys get to vote. So, I don't know. Do you guys want me to get your thoughts on which franchises we go for? Should we do, how about this? How about this? I'm going to put a poll in the chat. I'm going to make it very simple for you guys. Let's see here. Which live or which subject do you want to rank live next time? And so let's see if you guys want horror movie villains, or if you want me to, let's see here, pick a franchise from the big three. So this one's just a 50-50. All right, let's see here. Was that your final answer? Let's see what you guys got for that one. So yes, poll is in the chat, guys. It is, which subject do you want to rank live next time? Horror movie villains, or just have me pick a franchise and go for it? And it looks like already you guys are leaning towards horror movie villains. I think that's a good one to tackle next, another like bigger one. And then we can break down each franchise after that. That kind of makes sense to me, but I'm always curious to know what you guys have to say, you know? Yeah, Stage Fright was fun. It was really fun. I love the music. Some of the kills were really fun and creative. Yeah. It's great to see at least someone who's pulling it together. I'm a dang hot mess. Jamie, it just seems like no matter what I do in my life, and maybe you guys can relate, you know, it's a bunch of spinning plates, life. It's like a Tetris game. The blocks keep on falling, and you have to find a place to put them, but everything keeps on climbing. So I feel like as soon as I get a handle on one or two things, something else needs my attention. So I feel like a little bit of a hot mess myself. And honestly, guys, thank you so much for showing up for the live streams, being so sweet with sharing the channel is huge, guys. Like dropping the likes, sharing the channel, commenting if you end up missing a stream, or commenting on my videos that I put out. Like those are the best things you can do. And then, I mean, of course, Brett is dropping a $4.99 super chat. He says, Davey, please tell Erica to stop chasing me with her large knife. Erica. So yes, and of course the super chats are really amazing as well, but I do want you guys to know, each and every single one of you showing up to all these streams and hanging out with me, even when life feels crazy, or when one of those things starts to feel like it's kind of going off the rails and I need to refocus, pull focus on that one part of my life. You guys have been the constant. So, life is full of variables, and we need some constants in our lives to feel sane and grounded. And so, for me, it's like my family and my friends and you guys. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm not saying goodbye. I'm just taking a moment to thank you guys. Whatever level of involvement you are here, every little bit of it is so appreciated. So thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Yes, Erica, stop chasing Brett with the knife, please. Trisha says, Jamie, you put the hot in hot mess. I like that. There you go. She's put down the knife for now, Brett. For now. Until the next stream. We'll just see how it goes then. I hope you're doing well also, Jay. And no worries. This one was hectic as all get out. I would imagine that for all of us, it's going to feel a lot more comfortable the next time we do one of these live tier rankings. So you missed the demo. You missed the dry run. I think there's only 2 movies in that franchise, Billy. So I don't even know if it's really, like I said, I consider it a franchise once there's like 3. And again, that list that we drew off of for the tier maker ranking that we did tonight, that was a pre-made list. So moving forward, if I'm going to search, I didn't know this, guys, and some of you may have missed it. When you do a live event on the tier maker site, you either have to build your own template and save it and use it, because you have to use a URL that's already a part of tier maker. So I was like, shit, I didn't have time to put together my own list with pictures and everything like that. So they might have missed some, and they might have had some franchises in there like Ouija. I don't know. Is that just 2 movies? It might just be 2 movies. So yeah, moving forward, I'll curate my own lists, unless somebody already has one that is like complete in my eyes. So yeah, we'll see. Let's see here. What else do we got going on? Chester wants horror movie villains. Let's take a look at that poll really quick. 14 votes and 15 votes. Look at that. 16 votes. All right. I think we can close it right there. 17 votes. Okay. I'll leave it open. Okay. You guys twist my friggin' arm. I will leave it open. Let me see what is going on. Holy cow. I think I lost you guys. There you are. 17 votes. Oh, okay. Going once. Going twice. I'm ending the poll because I think we've got a good sample size here. So 17 votes and 88% of you guys want horror movie villains to be next up on the list. 11 to 12, if we're going to do our math the right way, I'll just call it 12%, said pick a franchise from the big 3. So guys, the next tier maker ranking, we will do horror movie villains. I will build that stream. Maybe we'll shoot for sometime next week. Because again, I could work this into, we could work one of these into like a late night with the Davey or something like that, because they go relatively quick. So we'll just see how it all goes. I have heart palpitations from the one that we just did. So Denise Wheat drops a $9.99 super chat. She doesn't even have anything that she wants to say. So Denise is not only a Patreon member and a YouTube channel member, but she's dropping the $9.99. Thank you so much, Denise. It really does mean the world that you financially support the channel. That is amazing. Thank you so much for being part of our community. And Denise is really active over on the Discord. So I'll mention that again. If you guys want to be able to keep in touch in between streams, I don't know why that sounded weird to me. If you want to keep in touch in between streams, whether with me or just other people in the community that you really dig chatting with over here, the Discord's a great place to do that. And it's free. So, and you know, if we reach these super chat goals, we do public watch parties. They're really fun. If you're a channel member or a Patreon member, you get access to those exclusive, Cult Corner streams. We're probably going to do 2 of those a month on Discord. It's really cool. On Discord, we can watch the movie and it's a screen share. So you don't have to pull up your own version. You don't have to rent it. You don't have to grab your physical copy. We just pull it up and we watch the movie together and chat about it. No microphones, no cameras, just chit-chatting and watching a movie. And this coming weekend on Sunday, I think 7 p.m. for the channel members, we're doing a mixtape listening party, which I'm really looking forward to because I'm a huge music nut. And for all you channel members on the Discord, there's a channel there just for you guys. And I think I've given everyone permission to jump in there and chat. And you can put the selections, the songs that you want to have added to the playlist for the mixtape listening party. So very much looking forward to that, and just looking forward to providing more for the channel members, because a lot of you guys have stuck around when there have been weeks where I haven't done anything special for you guys other than the shout outs and stuff like that. So I really want to make sure that for the channel members, we're providing some really fun exclusive content. And that's all I'll say about that. How about that? Let's see here. I won't reach 25 for a long time. I just restarted a few years ago. The first one was a dud. 25. Are you talking? What are you talking about? What did I miss? I missed something, Trisha. Let me know. Guys, I am all out of sorts after that. That tier maker ranking was like, whew, what the heck just happened? Let's see here. I must have missed something from Jamie. Oh my gosh, 25 years of marriage on Tuesday? No big deal. Yeah, right. No big deal. That's amazing. I noticed that you changed your picture on Insta recently, Jamie, and I'm like, I knew something big must have been coming. Because I think is it your guys' wedding photo? That's so awesome. happy congrats a little bit early, just in case. Well, I'll probably see you on Tuesday, because it sounds like I'm going to be over on Fachi's channel again on Tuesday night. If you guys jump on over there, I'm setting myself a reminder to congratulate you on the day, but I'm congratulating you right now just in case our paths don't cross on that day. And I mean, I don't expect you to be on a stream on your 25th wedding anniversary. Go have some fun. Leanna says, I've been the Hot Mess Express for years. Yeah. Hot Mess Express coming through. I feel like I'm right there with you, Leanna. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? Holy cow, Tyler drops a $2 super chat and says, watch party! Yeah, where are we at? Where are we at? 6 of 10. Okay. We've got just 9.5 minutes. And no big deal. Again, if we don't, super chats are not a requirement. I love doing those watch parties. And in fact, not only that, but guys, Erica really likes doing the watch parties. So there might be a night or two, if you're part of the Discord, and you would get an alert for this, because I'm sure she'd reach out. But I've given Erica full discretion if she wants to jump in and watch a movie and share her screen, and whoever jumps in, jumps in. So if you're part of the Discord, you might get one of those alerts, and you might be able to jump in on something that I'll try to be there when I can, or I might not be there, but it'll still be a fun time to hang out over there on the Discord. Wow, Leanna says, I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 60 seconds. Nowhere near the legends, but I'll take it. That's pretty legendary, Leanna. I don't think I think there's a trick to them, isn't there? I've never sat with one and actually tried to do it. Hey, I mean, that's the thing, is no relationship is, going to be that close to perfect, but I think that's the whole thing about marriage, is both people want to, or have to want to make it work, through the ups and the downs. So it is, it's a huge commitment. And I know from experience that if both people aren't in it to win it, then it's not going to work, no matter how much one person wants it to work. So congrats to both of you guys. I'll just call him what you call him, Jamie. Congrats to you and the hubby. All right, what else do we got going on here? If not all, most of us are going to see The Conjuring, says Jay Beach. What's your thoughts on the validity of the Warrens? Some say frauds, hoaxsters, others say real deal. I don't know enough about it. It seems like the general consensus, Jay, is that they are hoaxsters. That's not to say that they don't believe in what they're doing, but it also was the way they made a living. So I think there's a certain amount of salesmanship that has to go on if you're going to provide your way of life, through any kind of, through something that's performative. But I've never experienced anything supernatural in, I haven't seen or heard a ghost or anything close like that. So for me, I'm sort of it's not that I don't think that stuff exists. I think that it does. And I think certain people can truly experience it. But I think as far as the Warrens go, hey, at the very least, I think they provided some people with peace, through those experiences, and tried to work with them through whatever they were going through. And then we got some good movies out of it. So, more power to them. Let's see what else we got going on here. We touch each other in Discord. Wait, no, that isn't right. Unless join the Discord, says Erica. Yes, we don't touch each other. Come on. However, I will say this: the Evil Dead chat the other night during the movie was wild. It was really fun. You see a different side, at least I think, of my personality when it's just me typing. I'll just say that. How about that? Is that fair? I don't know. Anyone that was in on the Discord stream the other night, feel free to chime in if you had a good time or if you didn't have a good time, however you felt about it. It would be cool just to see how active we can get that part of the community. She can, like I said, she's got full license to do that whenever she wants. I know she thinks she's a bossy boots, and we joke around about all that stuff, but I trust Erica to host little watch parties on there. And yeah, I may or may not be able to join, but she's more than welcome to do her thing. Holy cow, we got Destiny Faulkner in the house. What's happening, Des? So good to see you. One of our Death Squad mods here. And a heck of a model American, to quote Ace Ventura. Hopefully, I hope you're doing well, Des. Hope you're having a great Friday night. Let's see what else. I must have. It's this coming Tuesday, right? Not this past Tuesday. This coming Tuesday. Oh my gosh, guys, I've just been, this last couple weeks has been like such a whirlwind. So I haven't spent much time scrolling as I used to. So I think I've missed out on quite a bit. Getting really wrapped up with everything that's been going on here on YouTube. And like I said, spinning plates, you know, you focus so much on one or two things and then other stuff starts to sort of, you lose sight of those things. So it's almost like it's just a constant, it's a constant game of just doing my best to hold myself accountable. And then, you know, having people that I trust and love, reach out and help hold me accountable. So all of you that are doing that, really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Let's see what we got here. Shot by Shot is joining in. What's happening, Shot by Shot? No, Jamie, don't be sad. Don't be sad. I'll find it on Instagram right after the stream. I swear. I just haven't been, I really haven't been scrolling very much lately. I don't be sad. Don't be sad. Shot by Shot, you missed the whole tier maker ranking because it just flew right by. For those of you that ended up missing out, we ranked 63 horror franchises, and this is how it all broke down. So you guys that missed out can jump on in there and check that out. Let's see here. We got Brett from, Brett has dropped a $1.99 super chat, says, can we have a Discord watch party tonight? If Erica hosts one, I can pop in for a little bit. I have to get up early for work tomorrow, so I can't host one myself. Let's see here. The goal ends in just under 3 minutes. If we reach the goal, guys, that watch party will be next week. No big deal if we don't end up reaching that. But yeah, if Erica wants to host one tonight, I think I can at least dip in for a little bit and say what's up and interact with you guys. I just don't know how long I'll be able to hang. I've got to wind it on down and wake up early for work tomorrow. Pat, that Halloween movie collector, is jumping on in. One of our great channel members. What's happening, Pat? So great to see you. So great to see you. Hopefully you're having an awesome Friday night. Hey, 13 years is nothing to shake a stick at, Tyler. That is amazing. Got to make it past that unlucky 13, though. Got to make it past the unlucky 13. Yeah! I don't know why. I just want to say, I know it's Leanna, but when I read this, I want to say Liana. I think it's the double N. The double N. Let's see. We got Victor E. Merced. 25 years. Laugh out loud. Good luck. Well, I mean, they made it. They made it. Well, on Tuesday, they've made it. I have a feeling they'll probably make it. Yeah, it's not for everyone, Jamie. I totally get it. Honestly, like, if I didn't have one for the channel, I don't know if I would really do Discord, because I feel like such an old, like, trying to wrap my head around it, because it's kind of like MIRC, which I did when I was like 16. That was like my hopping around from channel to channel, just like, you know, wild, like the internet boom had really taken off and everything. So yeah, I totally get it. It's not for everyone. But it is, I'm surprised at how much fun it is, for sure. I will say that. I will say that. Happy Sanjo dropping a member chat. Been a member for 11 months. That is awesome, Koi. Thank you so much for your membership. Guys, check out Happy Sanjo's channel. Koi, got to get on some more lives, bud. Bring me on whenever you're ready to go. Bring me on. Pat says, I've had several people ask about creating a Discord channel, but I just don't have the time. Yeah, I definitely didn't have the time to like learn about it all. And then Erica jumped in and she was like, hey, I've set up a couple of these. I can just kind of run with it if you want me to run with it. And I'm like, okay, run with it. Cause I can't run everything. It's getting to be quite a bit. That's for sure. Let's see here. Destiny says, I'm waiting for Braden to get here. I have to stay up for another hour and a half at least. Well, that's awesome that you guys get to kick it. Kick it out there in Tejas. That's how you say Texas in Spanish, guys, just so you know. Heck yeah, Des. Well, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Maybe you could get a little nap in, right? Get a little nap. No big deal. What are you guys going to get into? I mean, other than the obvious. Now, what... You guys going to watch any first-time watches for either or both of you? That's what I'm curious about. I'm sure we'll see if I got to get back to scrolling this weekend. I can catch up on Jamie. I can catch up on what Des and Braden are watching. There we go. Happy Sanjo drops a $4.99 super chat and says, much love, Davey. Much love right back at you, Koi. Hope you're doing well, man. I know it's been, what is it? Just been about a week and a half or so, something like that. Since we've chit-chatted, but yeah, I hope you are doing well. Okay, I'm so behind. Don't be sad, Jamie. I love you, Jamie. Don't be sad. I am, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's a constant battle. Like I said, spinning plates. Yes, Pat's channel is so much friggin' fun, you guys. The live chat over there is amazing. And it's a rowdy group. So if you like having fun with a capital F, and the F stands for fuck. No, I'm just joking. If you love having fun with a capital F, go on over to Pat That Halloween Movie Collector. The streams are awesome. The videos are awesome. Pat, I really enjoyed Pat's got a great members only video about Michael Myers' motivation. And what blew me away about that video, I'm like, wow, Pat's just going like stream of consciousness. It was like a one take. I don't know, maybe it seemed like a one take video of talking about Michael Myers' motivation in the original film and bouncing all over, like, could it be this? Could it be that? And bringing in all these instances. I was like, oh my God, I've watched Halloween like 100 times in my life and my head is spinning because Pat's friggin' stream of consciousness conversation with himself was so streamlined and impressive. So if you're not a channel member over there, maybe you think about becoming a channel member and getting some of that exclusive content. But the watch parties are super duper fun, and Pat's collection is absolutely incredible. I got to get out there for a visit sometime just so I can actually see it with my own eyes. Yeah, fun stuff. Okay, what else do we got going on here? Just watch some Twin Peaks. There we go. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm a dirty bird. What can I say? Gonna see Conjuring Last Rites tomorrow and Elm Street 2 at the theater. Oh yeah, for the 40th anniversary. I think technically the 40th anniversary is like the very beginning of November. That's awesome that's going back out in theaters. That is pretty damn cool. Really, Elm Street 2, even though it used to be like maybe my fourth favorite. I think it's moved back a spot or so because I started really liking Elm Street 4 and gaining an appreciation for that. But man, the version of Freddy in Freddy's Revenge is fucking awesome. I love the way he looks. Yeah. Un poco, Victor. There you go. I took Spanish. So I took Spanish in high school. I was really, really good. And I took it in college, and I was able to use it a little bit on a couple trips and all that kind of stuff. And it was fun. I was like semi-fluent, but if you don't use it, you kind of lose it. So I've kind of lost it. Let's see here. Tyler says, Davey, your Discord link didn't work for me. Invalid invite. I used Erica's from the chat. Yeah, it's like every time I share it, I have to click the this link does not expire. So I might have missed it on that one, Tyler. Guys, I'll post a fresh one on the YouTube page, and I'll doubly make sure that it's a link that won't expire, because I think they like after 7 days they're automatically set to expire. So that's awesome that Erica dropped that. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And yeah, I'll post a fresh one for anyone that's interested, and I'll make sure I update that in the description as well. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate you bringing that up to my attention. Yeah, it was wild, dude. It's like a 5.5 minute video, and it's like a college course. on Michael's motivation in 5.5. It was like, I'm like, he doesn't even have anything written down. He's just like, what about this? And it could be this. And what about with this character? And I'm like, holy crap. Like, it's like the meme where it gets like more psychedelic and like goes into the brain and the brain starts to like glow. You know, that whole meme. It was like 5.5 minutes of that solid. I felt like I was on shrooms. Pat drops in and says, thanks, Davey, appreciate it. Need to have you stream from the Halloween room. Dude, it would be an honor. It would be amazing. I got to get you and Pat on the, or you and Brett on the channel over here. I've got some really fun stuff planned for spooky season. I'm planning a marathon at the beginning of October, and so I'm going to need quite a few guests to fill the 8 to 10 hours. And that should be wild. But yeah, I would love to do a little something. Yeah, we can get a little jam session going on. You know, we can talk about Halloween, play some guitar. You can show everyone how big of a fraud I am on the guitar. I'll hold down some chords. You do all the riffage. How about that? Okay. I will update that one. Thank you, Tyler. I need you. This is what I mean is I need you guys to, you got to look out for me because I don't know how to look out for myself. Nightmare on Elm Street 2 was my first Elm Street in the theater. Great memory. That is awesome. And it must have been wild when that second movie came out and there's not really rules set up for the franchise. So now we look at Elm Street 2 and it seems so different, right? But it's like when it's just the two movies, it probably didn't feel that out of place, right? It just probably felt like an evolution of, you know, the lore and everything from the first film. Ashton asks, Davey, what did you think of the new episode of Alien Earth? I loved it. Well, Ashton, I'll let you know. Here, how about this? I'm going to share a link. Let me grab this really quick. Let's see. Guys, I've been doing reviews of every, or at least the last 3 episodes, and I'm going to go through the rest of the series over on the Horror Show channel. So let me copy this link for the last one we did, episode 5. So I did reviews with Cecil and Mahalo over there for episodes 3, 4, and 5 so far. So I'm going to drop that here in the chat. And if you guys want to know my thoughts on this latest episode, I will say this, episode 4, I thought was pretty bad and pretty far away from what we got in the first, especially the first 2 episodes, the third lesser than, but episode 5 felt like they're getting back on track. So I'm hoping that for the final 3 episodes of the season that we really ratchet things up, we get some answers, we get some more lore, and we get some more action. But you can go ahead and check out that review if you'd like to. One curious bit of food for thought, we've seen 4 of the 5 specimens, and there's a glaring, the fact that we haven't seen the 5th specimen, there's a connection that the Alien franchise has with another franchise that might have appeared right here tonight on this stream. And it'll be curious to see if they make that connection within this season, if that's something they tease to be more of a part of season 2. I'm very, very curious to know. Let's see here. Ooh, Coy says, Davey, I got better stream software, and this morning I was showing off stream graphics and overlay. My stream was looking sexy. Hell yeah. It's fun to do a little bit of the production stuff. I know my streams aren't like too crazy exciting or anything like that, but it's fun to have a little bit of presentation. I really digging the logo, the spooky season logo we got going on. And let's see what else we got going on here. Are you still heading east? Asks Pat, that Halloween movie collector. Thought you mentioned you were heading east this fall. So that got pushed back. It looks like it's going to be January. So I don't want to say too much about that because all the details are being worked out. But us folks at the Horror Show channel may have some pretty big, solid news to drop. But yeah, the plan is to be out in Red Bank, New Jersey. There's the hint, folks. Might be going or planning on going to Red Bank, New Jersey in January. So if you live out on the East Coast or anywhere near there, come on down. I really want to get a karaoke jam going one of those nights that I'm there. So don't know if that'll work into the scheduling, but that would be ideal to be able to work in something like that. Let's see here. Peter Pan's Alien Adventure sucks ass. Something called Peter Pan's Alien Adventure is bound to suck. Yeah, after the 4th episode, I was like, are they sure they should have named the show Synths Earth instead of Alien Earth? Yeah, that's what it kind of felt like there, unfortunately. Let's see here. I've been liking Alien Earth, but it could be better. Yeah, first 2 episodes were very exciting. The last episode, I don't know. Maybe they could have just made the whole show or the whole season kind of based around that. Whew. All right, guys. We're at about 2 hours here. I think I will be wrapping things up. I don't know. If you guys have some questions for me, let me know. I could kick it for a little bit. We got Aaron Click showing up. What's happening, Aaron? So good to see you, bud. Welcome on in. I'll do this again just for anyone that missed it, including Aaron. Aaron, these are the results of ranking 63 horror franchises. Yes, Scary Movie is apparently Mount Rushmore worthy. Oh dear God, what are we doing? I'm just joking. You know I love you guys. Jersey is a 6 to 7 hour drive for me. Not terrible. It's a bit of a drive. It's a bit of a drive. No pressure, Jamie. No pressure. But if you come on out, hugs are free. Karaoke even cooler. And the event that we're planning is very exciting. So when we get that date solidified and everything, and once Cecil's ready to announce it, I'll talk about it more openly here on the channel. So let's hang. Sitting in a hotel room bored. All right. So Pat wants me to stay. He's a channel member, so I guess I'm going to stay. Not getting roped into Alien Earth. Man, the first couple episodes, you could just watch those and be like, all right, I'm done. They're the best so far, the first 2 episodes. Most of the acting's been really good. Like Timothy Oliphant's great. I'm really interested in his character, and honestly, I could like use more of his character. He's hardly been in he was hardly in the 4th episode, and I don't think he was in the 5th episode at all. And his character is like the most compelling to me. The girl that plays Wendy, I think, is pretty good. I think she's a good performer. Chester Franklin Jr. says, I got a question. Which version of Halloween 6 do you like, theatrical cut or producer's cut? I take producer cut more than theatrical. Yeah, I'm a producer cut guy. There are a couple things in the theatrical cut that I really like. John Strode's head exploding. I'll take that. Like, I dig that from the theatrical. And the massacre in the hospital, in the operating room, is pretty cool too. It's a little more Jason Voorhees and not so much Michael. But for the version of Michael that we get in Curse, it seems fitting. He's a little more brutal in Curse, it feels like. But overall, like if I had to pick only one to watch for the rest of my life, it would be the producer's cut. I prefer the music in the producer's cut. The pacing with the edit, I think, is a lot more akin to Halloween 78. So I appreciate that so much more. Donald Pleasance giving the opening makes so much more sense than Paul Rudd's Tommy Doyle giving the opening, because at the beginning of that movie, if you're watching the theatrical cut, you don't even know who that is. So it's just some guy with a mid-Atlantic accent, which no one has since like the 30s or 40s. It's just some guy with a mid-Atlantic accent that's telling you about Michael Myers. It has like no frame of reference. So I really love that it's Dr. Loomis in the producer's cut. I like that Jamie lives a little bit longer in the producer's cut. There's a little more story there because of it. And the ending, neither ending is really good to me, whether it's the rocks in the hallway in the producer's cut or beating Michael with a pipe and having like green blood go all over the place. I don't think either one's great. So that's just sort of like a toss up, it's like, it doesn't bug me either way. But yeah, I would say producer's cut. It's a good question. And guys, Curse is a movie that I find myself loving more and more every year. I dig the way Michael looks. I don't care that it's like a more rotund version of George P. Wilbur. I like the way he looks. Walking down that hallway with the lightning flashing. Oh my God. Great look at Michael. Love the mask. My favorite mask other than the original and the David Gordon Green, which to me just, looks so much like the original. I kind of think of him as the same thing. And You know, you can lump Halloween 2 in there from 81 as well, because it's literally the same mask. But the producer or the curse mask is one of my favorites. Brett says, hey, Davey, are you finding you have more energy and sleeping better since you've been off alcohol? Oh, yeah. I've been staying up late, trying to get a better schedule going as far as sleep goes, Brett. But yeah, I was having a lot of weird dreams and nightmares and stuff, and maybe some of that was just going through everything with the divorce and all that kind of shit. So I've been, going to therapy lately and haven't drank for 30 days. So every now and then I have a weird dream pops in there, but that's just sort of par for the course for me. So yeah, I've been sleeping better, waking up feeling so much better, and back into my like workout routine and exercising more and all that kind of stuff. And like more than anything, Brett, I just feel a lot more focused and a lot less overwhelmed. So that's what not drinking does for me. It's just overall better for me, and more power to the people that can enjoy the booze and not have it become a problem for them. I'm not part of that group, unfortunately. So you just have to know yourself and act accordingly, right? Ooh, Paula's got a fun one. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Paula, that is a great question. I have such a tough time picking just one, guys. If I could have any flavor in the world, it would be bubblegum with no pieces of bubblegum in the ice cream. I just want bubblegum flavored ice cream. If I could have any ice cream, and that's the only ice cream I could have for the rest of my life. That I consider that like a crazy specialty flavor. So that's my my pipe dream. As far as like your more standard flavors go, I really like mint chocolate chip. Yeah. Got to be green though. I don't want that white mint chocolate chip shit. Get out of here. Absolutely, J Beach. Yep. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Chester. Yeah. It's not like the theatrical cut is bad. The Curse just feels more in line with the series. It just feels more like the original, and I'll take that as much as I can get. Prince says Last Rites is bombing. But you know what? I don't give a freaking damn, dude. Can we tell if it's bombing? I mean, it just came out, right? It's just, you mean it's not living up to expectations? Yeah, I mean, it's the fifth or which entry is it? The fourth mainline movie? Is that what it is? But there's all these movies that are like ancillary to The Conjuring. Is that what it is? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, not everything's going to be a hit, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, well, he becomes basically, yeah, he ends up being like Michael's caretaker, or he gets forced into that role. Yeah. Aaron says, Davey, I don't know if you saw my comment in the chat the other day, but the 90s slasher with the name I couldn't think of was Mute Witness. Okay. I've heard of that one, Aaron. I haven't seen that one. Yeah. A streamlined cut of H6 theatrical and producer's cut would rule. I would imagine there is one of those out there, right? But each one's probably different depending on what each person wanted to take. So like, I guess I could put together my own that's just got those couple moments. Yeah, I suppose I could. If there's no good ending, isn't that a shame? I just think both endings are pretty weak. Paul Rudd is a really good actor. He makes some odd decisions throughout that whole movie. And I think the ending, the theatrical cut ending with him beating Michael with the pipe and like laughing nervously, holding like the baby that's just a paper towel roll or whatever. It's really, it kind of takes me out of it. So I think that's why, even though they're both not great endings, I would go with the producer's cut, I guess. Yeah. Thank you, man. Really appreciate you. No, I have not. I never got into the Deftones. I didn't dislike them. There's a lot of mainstream music that I don't find very interesting. And the Deftones to me are a little too mid-tempo. And for me, mid-tempo is like slow. So a lot of like slower music, slower rock music, I don't really get into the vibe. I like stuff that moves. So I know they're a wildly popular band. I am so happy that they have found crazy amount of success. I remember when it was just like a couple guys in my friend group that were listening to Deftones when it was like Around the Fur, I think was like the album that had just come out. I don't know if that's their maybe second record or something like that. But they really climbed the ranks, man. Pumped for them. Yeah. Not my cup of tea. Pumped for them. Cookies and Cream's really good. It's very, very good. Chocolate chip cookie dough, that's good as well. Yeah, man, cookies and cream, coffee, like coffee flavored ice cream. There's so many. It's so tough to pick a favorite. Like if I had to pick between chocolate and vanilla, I probably would have gone chocolate as a kid, but I really like a good vanilla bean or even like a creamy French vanilla. Like I think vanilla is a fantastic flavor. Aaron says, I somehow have restraint when it comes to alcohol. Maybe it's from nearly dying from alcohol poisoning a couple times in my life. Holy cow. Yeah, I never got there, but I definitely got to the point where it's like, dude, you just stayed up till 7 a.m. and you drank like 12 beers over like 14 hours. Like, what the hell are you doing? I'm asking myself that, you know? So, yeah. Oh my gosh, my weird dreams are the weirdest after everything. Oh God, Jamie, I'm like, I can't even get a break when I go to sleep. You know, it's kind of how it felt for a little bit, but it's gotten a lot better in the last like month and a half for sure. Yeah, love bubblegum flavored ice cream. Oh my God. I love mint chip, tin roof, bubblegum. What? Blue bubblegum. Yeah. Yeah. What is tin roof? What is tin roof? Let me know. I've never heard of that kind of ice cream. We got another chocolate chip cookie dough. All right, Chester and Tara on the same wavelength. The Oreo ice cream. Yeah, I just consider that kind of like a cookies and cream. Yeah. Logan, here's some jumping in. Says, hey, Davey, I literally just finished part 6 10 minutes ago. Curse? Is that what you're talking about? I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. All right. It wasn't your first time, though. Was it, Logan? Wasn't your first time. Here in New Zealand. Oh, so you're Gaz Hearsome. I was like, yeah, I see the Hearsome. I just know that we went from handles to back to screen names. Hell yeah. I love that we've got, guys, we have audience members and community members all over the world. It's really fucking cool. Yeah, it's really, really cool. Jamie says, Perry's Peanut Butter Ripple. If you don't know Perry's ice cream, I'm sorry. It's so good. Damn. Well, you bring me a pint if you come hang out in New Jersey, Jamie. Can you throw it in a cooler bag or something like that? Because I don't know Perry's. That must be a regional thing where you're at. Yeah. First time watching, says Logan. Okay, I prefer the zombie and recent trilogy way more. Yeah, Curse is one of those. I think it's for a lot of people, it's in the bottom part of the ranking. I've just come to really enjoy it a lot more. The last like 3 years of my life. I love the way Michael looks, and I really dig that producer's cut. Do you know which version you watched, Logan? Was it the main version is the theatrical, and the producer's cut was like almost mythological until about maybe 12 years ago. They released it on Blu-ray. I think they released it when they did the huge Halloween box, and I think that was the very first time it was officially available at all. So as far as I know, DVD, VHS, producer's cut never existed for the public. So maybe it was something that people would trade if somebody found one like on the black market or was able to get like some download or something. But it was one of those things that was like talked about. And it, like in the Halloween community, it was like, are we ever going to see the producer's cut? Like we've heard it exists, but is it ever going to see the light of day? And I'm happy that it did. Let's see here. Yeah, it never touched me either. I know, Tyler, you and I are more of that kind of pop punky vibe, you know? Not saying that's all we listen to, but I know we've definitely related over some of that stuff. Yeah. Butter pecan. I've never had butter pecan ice cream. Not much of a nut guy. Not saying I wouldn't try it, though. I was a super picky eater when I was a kid. I try to open up and be more, you know, give things a shot as an adult. Still don't really like mushrooms, like button mushrooms. Not a fan. Chanterelles, that's a different story. There's just some things that I never really got into. Oh, so Logan's not Gaz. That's my twin brother. here in Christchurch City. Well, wow, we got to hear some family from New Zealand jumping in and hanging out on the Davey Deathray channel. That's amazing. So not one hearsome, but two hearsome. That is quite a sum of hearsomes. How about that? Let's see what else we got going on here. Producer's cut on YouTube. All right. Yeah, I mean, maybe you watch the theatrical cut next time. See how they compare to you. Yeah. Banana split without peanuts. I take that as a flavor ice cream. All right. So that's kind of bubblegummy. Banana's sort of bubblegummy. And what, I guess it's just what, you know, vanilla ice cream, banana split, vanilla ice cream, banana and whipped cream, right? It's just a extra creamy banana. Extra creamy banana. That was actually my nickname in college. Brett says, hey guys, or he actually yells, hey guys, who wants to watch Black Phone on Davey's Discord after the stream? Is that, did I do right by you, Brett? I'll jump in and hang out for a little bit over there, guys. I will. Tin Roof is vanilla ice cream with fudge swirl and chocolate covered peanuts. I've never heard that name. That sounds really good though. I would eat the hell out of that. Yeah. Brett, why are you yelling at us, Brett? Why you gotta be yelling? Pat says, off topic, what did you think of Roger Waters talking shit about Ozzy? Pissed me off. Can you put a 5.5 minute members only stream of conscious video about it, Pat? I would watch that. Roger Waters talks a lot of shit, doesn't he? So is he just doing it to like stay relevant? I'm like thinking that maybe that's it, because I know he says a lot of controversial stuff. I don't know why. Did they have personal beef? I don't even know. Did they even have like any kind of relationship? I would imagine they like knew each other on some level. They're both British, right? Roger Waters is British, right? I don't know. Here's what I'll say about Roger Waters is I'm not the biggest Pink Floyd guy in general. Psychedelic rock doesn't really do it for me too much. It you know, seems kind of aimless sometimes. But I do like the Roger Waters songs because they feel to me more like R&B tracks. Those are the Pink Floyd songs that resonate more with me. You know, the bass and drum driven R&B kind of songs. But I mean, to talk shit about somebody so recently after they've passed, I just think it's in poor taste. Regardless of if there was a personal beef or even if there's something like meaningful or constructive to say, maybe you let a little time pass, or maybe you just don't say anything at all. I don't know. And I don't, did he talk shit about him before he passed too? I don't know. To me, it's weird. And somebody like Roger Waters with the platform he has, he probably doesn't have to really talk shit about anybody. He's been very blessed with the success he's had in his career, right? I mean, he's still out there playing and touring. So you would like to think that somebody in that position would show some grace and some class and just keep the main thing and not talk shit about recently passed musicians, regardless of the personal feelings. Sometimes you can just shut your mouth, I guess. Not to say that I haven't stuck my foot in my mouth or said stupid shit in my life. I have certainly done that. But I don't think I would have anything bad to say about Ozzy. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and claim that I'm like the biggest fan and like all that kind of stuff. But like everything I've heard, I really enjoy. I think his contribution to music was pretty immense. So yeah, I don't get that. That's I guess I'll have to read what he actually said, or you can tell me. You can put it in the chat. In a way, we're spoiled. We could have easily never gotten the producer's cut of Halloween 6. Yep. Yeah, they didn't have to. It was a really great way to get people to buy that box set. You know, just an extra added bonus. Thoughts on the new Monster Ed Gein story movie coming on Netflix? Did you see the trailer? I did not. I like the documentary kind of stuff. Like, I like learning about those anomalies and these people that do these crazy things. There's something fascinating to me about people like that. I don't like the dramatizations. To me, first off, it's not going to be 100% the truth. It is going to be dramatized for effect, and then people are going to take that as gospel, and they're going to say stuff about the character, or say things about the person, or believe things about the person, when it really didn't go down that way. There was like a whole bunch of stuff in the Jeffrey Dahmer one that was like wildly inaccurate and never happened, and they make it look like truth, you know, in those movies. So I kind of stay away from like the based on a true story stuff, especially when it's so well documented. You know, you can just like watch Jeffrey Dahmer interviews. I don't know how much is out there about Geen, but you know, like whether it's John Wayne Gacy or Ted Bundy or Dahmer or what are some of the other ones? I mean, there's Russell Williams from Canada. He was like a big one that no one talks about. Just within the last maybe like 20 years, he was like a budding serial killer, and luckily he got caught early on. But there was dozens of crimes, and you know, this is weird to say, but fortunately only I think 2 or 3, you know, like victims that got the worst of it. At least he was stopped before it got even worse, because these people only increase the crazy shit that they do. Who's the other guy? The big tall dude with the mustache, the big boy. What's his friggin' name? You guys let me know in the chat. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now, but I think he was on Mindhunter. He was on like the first season of Mindhunter. But like you can actually listen to interviews of those people speaking for real. So that's the way I lean with that stuff, Logan. I don't really jump into the drama stuff of it all. Can't imagine their paths crossing enough to even have a beef. You know, he just says weird stuff. Like it seems like Roger Waters likes to say kind of nutty things to get attention. I have a very loud car stereo when I was younger. I generally lost some of my hearing, but it was totally worth it. Rocky Road, says Victor Merced. All right, jumping in with the ice cream flavor. And we got here Shitty. What's happening, Sergeant Shitty Pickle? Just watched The Substance for the first time. You know, I only watched it once. I probably don't need to ever watch it again. It made a very strong impact on me. And to me, The Substance is a one and done. Very, very good. 20 minutes longer than it had to be, for sure. At least 15 minutes longer than it had to be. Very, very well done. Beautifully shot film, beautiful looking film, great production design, set design, performances, all that stuff. A very heavy story, and kind of a Jekyll and Hyde thing that I think was a one serving for me. Yeah. Leanna, you know what I don't know why I can't think of the guy's name right now, but we were talking about him just the other week. I know somebody's going to put it in the chat. Ed Kemper. Thank you, Brett. Yes. Yeah. So there's enough real shit to watch on all these psychos. I dove into like the Call Me Chris channel. I don't know if you guys have heard of her. She's massive on YouTube. It's like over 15 million subscribers or whatever. And there's something like humorous just about her whole approach. She's very engaging, and she does a bunch of true crime stuff, like a bunch of stuff I didn't even know about. Like she breaks down like, you know, different cults, like cult leaders, like stories that I've never even heard. So I can only do I can do true crime. I have to do it in bursts, guys, or spurts. Because I start to feel icky inside if I really get on that track. And I just feel, I don't know, I start to feel like, oh, I just need a break from this stuff. But it is very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. Yeah, those biography movies on musicians are totally fucked. They're probably the worst ones, Tyler. They're probably the worst ones. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, Kemper. Yep, that's the one. Has anyone tried the pumpkin pie blizzard from DQ? I had it earlier before the stream. It was delicious. I have not, but man, I love pumpkin pie. I'll take all the pumpkin pie you got. Big fan. Sweet potato pie. I never had that until earlier this year, and I was like, that tastes like pumpkin pie. So I like that too. How about it? How about that? I know I'll get killed for this. I have seen The Substance. Dunks again. But wait. You saw it, but what... Why would you get killed for having seen it, Ashton? Did you mean to say something else that you forgot? I don't know. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. Substance and Sinners both are both great films, but I wouldn't need to see them again for a long time. I saw Sinners a couple times at the theater, press screening, and then went back for IMAX. I really like Sinners, but yeah, I mean it is a movie that, yeah, I don't know the next time I'll need to watch it. Whereas like Toxic Avenger, I could watch that again very soon because it was so silly. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Tara Brewer says, I do know my state in true crime is the Gainesville Ripper. Based on a true story of the movie Scream, but I live in Tampa, not Gainesville. Yes. Yeah. Kevin Williamson based the certain elements from Scream on the Gainesville Ripper, which is a wild true crime story. If you guys haven't read about the Gainesville Ripper, I'm not going to get into it here because I would hate to get anything wrong. Wild story. I mean, it's when you get the full scope of the story, you're like, Scream, really? But it was just a certain elements that Kevin Williamson was like, oh, like, what if this was a high school instead of a college, and then just borrowed a couple elements. But yeah, the Gainesville Ripper is freaking wild stuff. And guys, I live, not even 10 miles, maybe less, from where Jodi Arias is incarcerated. And if you don't know that story, that's really fucking sad. And she, oh my God, thank God she's behind bars. I'll just say that. She got one victim, but I guarantee you, with the kind of person she is, she wouldn't have stopped there if she got away with it. That's for damn sure. And she's just right down the road. Right down the road, right off the freeway. Like, seriously, maybe not even 10 miles from where I live. So sometimes when I drive by, it's like, hi, Jodi. And I knew, like, I read that or heard about that story even before moving here. It was one of those weird realizations of, oh shit, that's where she's at least the last time I knew. I don't keep up on like where she's housed, but I would imagine she's still there, or where she's incarcerated. Oh, you better be sorry, Erica. The OG's really fun. Yeah. No, I think that I don't even know if I would compare those two, Erica. I mean, yeah, you can compare them because one's a remake, but the newer one, it just felt like so much fun. It was just nice to see a fun horror movie, kind of like Final Destination Bloodlines, just something that's like a little bit of a breath of fresh air, like a horror that's just kind of light, just as much comedy as it is horror, at least in Toxie's case. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Those, that interrogation video is fascinating. The Russell Williams interrogation video is the best one I've ever seen. That is like the masterclass on how to interrogate somebody. I would imagine that when people get into I guess it's not forensics, but when people go to school for criminal investigation and they want to lean that way in law enforcement, or whatever training you get into to go from being that side of the detective work and the homicide division of law enforcement, I would imagine the Russell Williams is that's like a must watch and must learn, because that is it is incredible how he breaks him down, and just how calm the whole thing is. It is wild, totally wild. Haven't seen The Substance. Oh, okay. You're all good, Ashton. You're all good. You won't, I mean, for not seeing a movie, if you get killed for not seeing a movie, then everyone's going to kill me 1,000 times because there's so much I haven't seen. It's good, Ashton. I mean, I think it's worth watching. I really do. It's, yeah, it's got a good, there's a clear message there. The effects and makeup work is really good. The performances, yeah, it's certainly worth watching. It was just, it got a little, there were a couple of moments where I was like, okay, I get it. We can move on now. And I mean, even Nosferatu did that for me. Where I don't know the next time I'm going to want to watch Nosferatu, even though it was beautiful. Looks beautiful. How many times have I seen that Dracula story? A lot. I'd rather watch any of the other Eggers movies again before going back to Nosferatu. I'm more excited about his werewolf movie than I was about Nosferatu, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, I think So like, I think I liked Heretic more than The Substance. I like Strange Darling more than The Substance. I like Longlegs more, just, you know, movies that are 2024 horrors. But The Substance is really good. And I think it just really resonated with a you know, big group of people out there. Yeah. It's not the Toxie I was asking for, but I liked what I got. Yeah, it's certainly different. Yeah. Let's see here. How do you follow someone on Letterboxd? Man, I have Letterboxd. But like Pat was saying about running a Discord, it's just like, I'm like, oh, do I really need to keep up my Letterboxd? I don't know. I talk about movies all the time with you guys. I'm like, we could just talk about them here. However, guys, if you remember last December, I did some streams that were like bad reviews of Black Christmas 74 or good reviews of Black Christmas 2019. I did those. I've been meaning to get back into that. And then, another thing, Leanna brought something up last week. She wants Davey Science Theater to return. And there was a movie where I was like, oh, this would be perfect for Davey Science Theater. And it was something a little more modern. Fudge, what was it? Damn, I can't remember. It wasn't like Troll 2. That's too on the nose and too old. There was something relatively new where I was like, oh, that would make for a good Davey Science Theater. Shit. But we can certainly jump into that sometime this spooky season. It would be fun to at least get that back up and rolling. I've been trying to balance, you know, I like going live a lot here on the channel. And then, you know, Matt Facci has me over on his channel. I was over on, who else's channel? Horror Her last weekend. And so, you know, people are asking me to appear on their channels as well. So I'm trying, again, that's another spinning plates thing. It's my own issue to deal with. Not like I have to figure it out here on a live stream with you guys, but just, I want to get back to all of these things, and I want to hop on some pre-recorded content that I have like scripted out and planned. So just trying to find a way to fit everything in. I'm trying to do my best. Let's see here. I love Nosferatu, but I don't have a desire to watch it again anytime soon. Yeah. It'll probably be years for me to do that one. Austin. That's a wild way to spell Austin instead of Ashton. The public domain horror sci-fi flicks are a good time to watch and have fun with. Yeah, and I wish I could show the public domain movies here on YouTube, but we tried that last year. Nope, no dice. They still wouldn't let me. Maybe if I plugged in you know, if I had a desktop PC and I plugged in my own capture, maybe I could get away with it, but I don't know about that. So Davey Science Theater will be like the way we do watch parties here, where you will have to sync it up, but I'll probably pick, you know, I'll make sure to pick like a public domain movie or something that's readily available. And then maybe we can try something on the Discord that's like Davey Science Theater. I don't know how that would work. Maybe we could try it though. Jamie says, Davey, you're a crazy A-type personality like me. Be careful you don't take on too much. You need downtime too. I try to remind myself. Guys, I do little self-care things here and there. Even if I just have like an hour or two during the day, you know, like I'm still able to get in my exercising and stuff. So it's not like I go without ever taking care of myself. But I do, I like to stay busy. And especially when I'm working on stuff like this, when I'm working on the YouTube stuff or whatever it is, like, it's just, it fuels me. And it like, I get a lot of drive and positive, you know, positive feelings and positive energy because of it. So when I'm on a kick and I'm really feeling it, I just kind of ride that wave. But yeah, the other day I was like, you know what? I'm going to pull out the Switch and I'm going to start a brand new game of Resident Evil 4. And I'm just going to let myself shut off for like 45 minutes and play this video game and not think about having to do anything. Davey Deathray, the Dr. Wolfula channel, shows them here on YouTube. Why can't you? I don't know, so I'll have to check it out. He may bring on his own capture. So what I did, Jay, is I found a channel where they were available on YouTube and just showed that stream. So maybe because it's from somebody's channel that it got flagged on YouTube. So if you have an external device that you're playing the movie on, that's your own copy of the movie, and you plug it in and you display that on the screen, maybe YouTube would let that slide with the public domain. That's not how I did it. So we'll see. I might have to get a Steam Deck for the Halloween video game. That's probably the way I would roll instead of getting a PS5, because I love handheld gaming, especially those things are so big and robust and nice screen and everything. I like being able to game on the go. I don't necessarily need to like plop myself down in front of a TV, so I might go Steam Deck on that. Yeah. Aaron says, I felt overall life burnout lately. Gonna start doing things to relax. I need to go outside more than I do. I think I'll start taking walks more often. Yes. Especially with the weather cooling down. I don't know where you live, Aaron, but I would imagine the weather's starting to cool down. Take a nice nightly walk, put on some tunes, podcast, a Davey Deathray stream, whatever. Yeah. It's good to move the body, increase that oxygen to the whole bod. Walking or jogging, like for me, helps me like think about stuff. It really just like gets all the gears moving. It's very beneficial. Yeah, I love his channel. I watch Dr. Wolfiel a lot. I don't think I've watched any of those public domain watch parties, but I love his reviews, love the character. I've reached out to him, tried to make a connection, but he's so busy, his channel's so big. I don't think we ever really connected. But I'd love to have him on the channel at some point. I love the doc. I've been watching that guy for years. The production has changed so much in the time that I've been watching. I love my PS5, but my son would tell you to do Steam Deck. There we go. Well, and with the Steam Deck, you can get all the ROMs and everything on there, so I could play all the old like TurboGrafx 16 games. I'm such an old school gamer. I'd want a machine where I could put the emulators and the ROMs on there too. Play some NHLPA 93 from the Sega Genesis. Oh man, that is like the greatest hockey game of all time. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're at 2.5 hours. I should probably call it there. I need to reach out to the person that I interviewed with earlier today and see what's what over there. So I think I am gonna call it there. 2.5 hours, pretty good stream for a Friday night. How about that? Let me just throw this back up there for you guys. So if any of you missed it, you can take a look there. That is the results of 63 horror franchises being ranked by you, the people. How about that? And next time around, we are going to rank horror villains live. You guys get to vote. How about that? I will put all of that together and share it on the channel. Tyler, thank you for letting me know about the Discord link. I will update that in the description below so people can find it there. If you're not on Discord already, guys, feel free to come on over. It's a really fun time, and we get to play around there in a way we can't really play around on YouTube, so to speak. And then got a whole bunch of really fun merchandise up on the Fourth Wall shop. So that link is in the description. If you use the promo code SPOOKY, you get 10% off. So maybe there's a little something there you would like. And if not, totally all right as well. Really appreciate everyone for coming and hanging out. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. For those of you folks that watched to the bitter end after the fact on the replay, thank you so much. Jump into the comments. Let me know your thoughts on these franchises that we ranked or anything else we talked about. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream, huh? And shout out to the Patreon members, the YouTube channel members, our amazing group of Death Squad mods. I think tonight we had Leanna Bevy Rage, Erica, Jamie, the Mama Mod, the OG mod, Eli Cortez, Dean Renner popped in for a bit, Brett Man popped in for a little bit, Trisha McMasters was Mick here, and I'm Mick loving it. And I think that's all of the mod. Oh, Destiny Faulkner jumped in as well. Des, you and Braden have a great time. Be responsible. I don't know. I can't help it, guys. I'm terrible. I'm going to read through the amazing amount of super chats we got tonight. You guys were amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Drink every time I say amazing. Pumpkin King dropped a $9.99. Another $9.99er as well from Pumpkin King. Brett dropped a $4.99, begging me to tell Erica to stop chasing him with her large knife. Hopefully she didn't get you, Brett. Hopefully she didn't get you. Denise Wheat dropped a $9.99er. Thank you so much. Tyler Adams dropped a $2 Brett with another super chat, $1.99. Happy Sanjo is celebrating 11 months of membership. That is amazing. You are almost into that next level. You're going to get a brand new badge when you hit that year mark. Happy Sanjo, Mr. Coy, I'm so pumped. And Coy also sent in a $4.99 super chat. You guys are awesome. We didn't reach our goal tonight, but you know, every time we do one of these, there's a brand new opportunity. And hey, Erica might be watching the Black Phone over on Discord later on this evening. So if you want to jump on over there, feel free to jump on over. Erica, can you drop that link one more time in the chat before we hop on out of here? That would be amazing, since the link that I have in the description unfortunately isn't working. I'm a total failure. Oh my gosh. Really appreciate you guys and all of your lovely support. Whether you're a subscriber, you're, you know, channel member, Patreon member, a mod, I love all of you guys so much. So thank you very, very much. Really appreciate you guys clicking that like button, subscribing, and sharing the channel with other people. That's the best thing you can do. It is the best thing you can do, and it's free. So why the heck not? I'm going to sign off on over here. When am I going to be back? I don't even know. For the members, I'll be back 7 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. I'm going to take tomorrow off. And then on Tuesday, I'll be on Fachi's channel for a little versus battle on Fachi Cinema. And I might put a little something together for Monday. So I'll keep you guys abreast of the situation. How about that? Oh, and you guys are amazing. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday night. Maybe I'll see you over there on Discord later on. But until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.